We good in the Facebook group, which I believe we are. I don't see it in here. Start replay buffer. I won't be using that. But if you are in the chat, make sure you let me know the sound is good before we move forward. We don't want any issues with the sound. Let me refresh the page. Refresh the page. All right, we good in here. Yeah. So if y'all in the chat, man, y'all let me know. Make sure that y'all can hear everything fine. What's up, Bo? What's up, everyone? If you are in the chat, make sure you let me know the sound is good before we move forward. We don't want any. All right, yeah. So I had to mute that. But welcome to the this is the first official episode of the Debate Club. And we are joined by Let's Argue podcast. Can y'all introduce yourselves to the people, please?
Sure. Hey, y'all. My name is Trey Gotti.
And I'm Lady Lee's.
And we are the hosts of Let's Argue podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Right. We've known this podcast for like a year and a half, maybe more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, my time ain't that good, but we've known them for a while. We have an upcoming episode that should be out very soon. As soon as we pop off season 3, but it should be coming out soon. But on that episode, we had an idea to have a real Let's Argue debate live. So we cooked up some topics, which you can see here, and we want to go through these topics, man, to build this episode and let this shit rock, man. But they was talking mad shit. And we was like, man, we're gonna show y'all what's up, man. Show you these debate skills that me and Basic Logic got, and see what's up, man. Basic, what's up?
Why
man?
are you lying to the people already? Like, y'all were the ones that were talking
already.
Shit. We was just sitting here. Yeah, y'all were the ones that were talking all that shit in the background. But okay, go ahead.
Your face look like a whole lie right now, but I'm gonna let
it's
you
not
have
a whole
it.
lie.
And no, she's speaking facts.
You're the one that's hiding behind the mic. My face is in plain sight.
I'm gonna sip my tea again. Basic Logic, what's good, bro? I just want to make sure you here with us, bro.
Yeah, I'm chill.
You ready for this? You ready for this, bro?
I'm focused. Right. I'm like DMX last night.
All right.
One from
Hey, bro, what y'all thought about that damn verse, bro?
It was cool. I checked in late. It was somebody texted me and was like, DMX looked like Trick Daddy. I was like, damn.
He sure did. And I was like, you had a velour suit? I thought you had a velour suit on. I was like, what is going on?
Were they in the same room?
Yeah. They was in the same spot.
Is that how? I've never watched one of those versus things. Is that how they usually are? They're usually in the same room?
It didn't start out like that. The last couple of ones have been in the same room.
Yeah, the first couple of ones was a struggle.
So who, they go like, what do? They just play a song? And then, who says they won? Like, likes or stuff?
It ain't really no contest, bro. It's like
yeah.
It's just you pretty much just play music, and then people just get hype. It ain't a real contest.
How many songs? DMX couldn't have played more than 6 songs. I know it was a real quick version.
You being real disrespectful right now.
He just went for like 2 hours.
Right.
There's no way. He does not have 2 hours worth of songs that people want to hear.
Now that
they played the whole
DMX songs. You don't know his catalog, so we're just going to ignore you right now. No. The world knows. I think you just don't know, but it's okay.
Where are you from? Are you from the South? Where you from?
No, I'm from Cali.
Okay, that's probably why.
That's why.
I like DMX.
No.
They played his whole song?
No, they played 20 songs. He has 20 hits.
He does not have 20 hits.
I don't know.
Okay, we're done. We're not,
we're
not even a part of this debate.
Strong possible.
We understand why you were on Snoop's side because you're from the West Coast. Now, the West Coast probably didn't get as much DMX songs as the East Coast did, but it's okay. It's all right.
Does DMX have 7 strong songs?
Yes.
He played 20 last night. That's what I'm trying to say.
He nod your head to the first 6.
You got to think about it. DMX put out two platinum albums in 1 year. Only rapper to ever do that. Now
everybody went platinum.
No, he did it in 1 year. So he
can't be the only one who did that.
He's the only rapper that ever did that. Now,
I don't believe it.
I mean, how many rappers you know releasing 2 albums in 1 year? But he does have 20 songs from that. Now, outside of those 2 albums, I don't think he has that much. You know what I'm saying? But it was good to see him on there. He can't really compete with Snoop because Snoop's career has been too long. You know?
Are you counting songs he had with the Rough Riders?
Yeah, he played
all his songs. He played all his songs.
Go put on,
including
go put. That's how it goes. You can.
Did he play Rough Riders Anthem? That's not his song.
You can play
features, and he played his songs.
Bruh,
go put your suit on.
Bruh,
you need it. Go put it on.
All right, man. Let's start.
Talk because how you just gonna come into verses after like 50 verses and be like, oh, what's going on? Like,
but he never saw it. Never even saw it. But sitting here giving.
I'm gonna go watch. Is it on YouTube? They gotta have it on YouTube.
It probably is now. Yeah.
I go watch
YouTube, Spotify.
I mean, I like DMX. I need to go back and listen to him because I just like the Rough Riders back then.
Yeah.
Eve was the hardest dude in their crew though. It was
you only know 7 of his hardest songs. So your opinion doesn't really matter.
He was barely top 5 on his record label.
Come on, bro. Hey,
all
bro,
right, that's enough.
This your man?
This your
boy?
This dude is on.
Better than Jada? He better than Jadakiss?
Nobody said that.
He's not better.
We were saying
so that's already one.
What we said.
He already started, bro.
The original question was, does he have 20 songs for the verses? That was the original question. The original question was not asking if he was better than
barely top 5 in the crew.
We're not doing
it.
We're not doing it. You can't name
other variables. You can't do that. Okay. Your original question was, does he have 20 songs for the verses? And we said yes. So there
you go. Conversation done.
That was it. We need to jump into the debate, bro. I'm glad you warmed yourself up. I see that's what he was doing. Like he didn't give a fuck about none of that. He was warming himself up.
That wasn't a warm up.
You need the suit. You need the suit. Go get the power suit.
Hey, y'all ran away from the question.
You need help.
Nobody ran away from anything. You want to stereotype and all this other stuff that wasn't even relevant to the
not better than Jada, not better than Styles
No one said anything about him.
What does that have to do?
Hey, we are starting the
No one said that.
I don't even got me. All right.
What the hell was that?
I don't know the right. All right, there we go. There we go. I was working through the sound effects. All right. Basic, since you already been going, man, I want you. We already went through Dutch for the first date. We are for Dutch on the first date for sure. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Basically, man, I'm gonna let you go and explain this to the people first for us. So I need you to come out strong with this one, B.
All right, and of course, you know, I have a soulmate now, so this is for my single fellas out there. Don't let these ladies gyp y'all out of these free lunches. What's the term they got? No, there's no such thing as a free lunch. Stop letting these ladies waste our time and our money to 2020.
Or better yet, if you just can't afford it, just say that you can't afford it.
Exactly. Let's just go ahead
if you can't afford your own meal, then you don't need to go.
It's not even about no own meal. You want to sit here
this is my time.
You want to add
this is my time.
Okay, go ahead. Do what you got to do.
Hey, bro, keep going, bro. I got you, bro. I got you, bro.
Yeah. Mediate, please, sir. Like I was saying, a lot of times ladies are known for going on dates with guys that they know they don't have they don't see no future with. They're like, girl, I don't even mess with Roscoe like that, but he finna take me to Papados. I'm gonna get that jambalaya and that alligator, and I'm dipping, and I'm never gonna call him again. They waste time. So
yeah, and let me jump in, and I think that initially on the first date, going Dutch keeps everything fair. Like I don't know if I'm totally interested in you or not to invest in that. So let's keep everything square as a buck and let's just split this shit right now. You know what I'm saying? On the first date. That's it. Make Dutch on the first date standard across the motherfucking board. That'll keep dating fair and safe for everybody, because a lot of niggas, they don't got the right mindset. They like, oh, if I paid this money, like, oh, you're owed something and all that type of shit. Now that's fucked up mindset, but that's the type of behavior niggas got. You know what I'm saying? So keep this shit safe, keep that shit square, and make it a buck and just split the fucking money. Y'all got money, so I don't even know why y'all tripping like that. What y'all got? What y'all got?
So first of all, who said that you got to go to a 5-star restaurant and spend the top dollar? You can go to Starbucks. Nobody told you that you had to spend $100 a plate. Like if y'all decide to do that, that's on you. That has nothing to do with us. If you're asking someone to go on a date, that is up to you to choose where that date is going to be. If you decide that you want to choose an expensive date and then get mad when somebody doesn't want to split it, or you going in with the expectation that it's going to be split, you should have taken your ass to Starbucks.
Point blank in a period. And then you're going to sit there and ask the lady. You're going to ask the lady to go out on a date, and then you're going to be like, oh, once you get there, you guys have your meal and things like that. And you say, yeah, by the way, let's go ahead and split it down the middle. Like, what type of stuff is that? That's not how it works. You can't sit here and do that. Now, if you had that conversation prior to with the expectation to say, hey, let's do it 50%, then okay. But you can't sit there and expect a woman to be asked by a man to go out on a date and, and say, oh, yeah, I'm going to pay for half of this check as well. Like, that's just not how it works. You don't do that. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
That's exactly why I said make it all standard.
It's still our time.
Okay.
Trey and I have very decent salaries.
That's what
we have.
Reclaim our
time. Salaries.
Reclaim our time.
Yes, we have very decent salaries and we have very decent jobs. We can pay our own anytime. We don't need you to go ahead and pay a 5-star meal for us or say that we need a free lunch, as you had mentioned. Like, mind you, a free lunch sounds like a box lunch anyway. So I don't even know what anybody would want to go on a date.
It's a juice box and a sandwich and some ladies.
What we're saying is, and I feel like any woman can sit there and pay for her own meal. However, if you're going to ask a lady on a date, I feel like the person who asked the person on the date is the one who should be expected to pay.
Okay.
Point blank.
Y'all always say that, and that's how y'all trap dudes because
it ain't about no damn
trap.
Listen,
hey bro, ask them when the last time they asked the dude on a date.
When is the last time you asked? When's the last time you asked?
On a date? I'm asking, prior to COVID, because clearly I ain't going on no date.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll give you one better. Me and my husband, actually, I'll decide, okay, well, I want to go here. It's my treat. Or he'll say, well, let's go here. It's my treat. But it's different about that.
They got their own money.
Right. It's the same thing.
No, we talking
that before. You did that before when y'all were just dating?
Yes.
So first, second date.
Somewhere, okay, you split or you treat or I treat.
Guys on your birthday, or pay for everything.
I'm talking about somebody you don't know.
Right.
If it was a guy that you were attracted to, you like, I want to get to know him better. Are you gonna wait for him to ask you, or are you gonna ask him and then take him somewhere?
I'm a fair person. I would definitely ask. If I was the person who asked, I'm going to go ahead and.
You're not gonna ask.
How you want to tell me what I'm not going to do? You don't know me.
I know plenty of women that have that. I know plenty of women.
And that's it.
You don't need to know the date.
You don't know me outside of this.
Ma'am.
You can't sit here and say, "Oh yeah, you're not going to do."
Can y'all tell? Can y'all tell me the argument around making Dutch on the first date standard? What does it hurt to make it standard?
No, I got it standard.
What does it hurt to make it standard? It'll just make everything fair.
There is no issue with going Dutch. The problem that I think is that men don't approach it in that matter. You guys come in and give the messaging that you're going to treat. Because I've actually, before I was married, I went on a date where the guy came, told me where he wanted to go, where he wanted to take me, picked me up, took me there, dropped me off home, and then text me and asked if I could pay him half of what we just did.
And that actually happened to me too.
That's what
Hey, my niggas out here living.
That boy's smart.
Right.
No. I was actually on a date where a guy slid the envelope across the table and said, "You got this, right? Because I know you got that new promotion."
Wow.
So
did you not?
He invited me out and said, "Oh, let's celebrate on your promotion." I said, "Okay, cool. We go to one of the most expensive restaurants in New York City."
Nah.
He's ordering whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay. And then after the end of the day, he slides it over like he's expecting me to pay for everything. You invited me out. You said I want to celebrate you.
Welcome to our life.
But what I'm saying,
no, because it goes beyond that. Because even when I go out with friends,
I took myself out for a celebratory dinner. I don't need you to take me out for you to say, "Oh, I want to celebrate you," for you to be sliding envelopes across the table and saying,
"Hey, but let me tell you, these dudes."
It also applies. It's further than that because even when I take out friends or offer to go out with just a homegirl, if I'm inviting you somewhere, I am expecting myself to just treat it. I'm not going to turn around and be like, okay, we splitting the bill. If I'm saying, hey, let's go grab lunch, who do you think is paying for it? Whether it's a guy, whether it's a girl, a homegirl, whether it's a co-worker, whatever the case may be, if I'm inviting you or I'm asking you, do you want to come to this place? Or, hey, I would like to go out. Let's go do this. Who are y'all thinking of paying for it?
But I'm saying these dudes sound like outliers to me. Like, I don't know niggas who's sliding, like, that's bold. That's bold as fuck. Crazy. I don't know niggas who are sliding the check. You know what I'm saying? I don't know any niggas that do that. But I'm saying, like, if Dutch was standard, then he can't slide the check. Bro, this our first date. Of course you paying half. You know what I'm saying? Like, that'll make the dating experience so much better.
Come on, man. Get out of
here.
You
know what I'm saying?
Listen, what I'm understanding, you see, this is the issue. You're having a more so issue with the people that you're dating. Because to be honest, when it comes to women like
y'all having trouble with the niggas y'all got who sliding
when it comes to women that are practical like Trey and I, of course, like if we're dating or whatever, I'm going to pick up a check every now and then or whatever. But at the same time, if you're inviting me out, there is an expectation that you are going to take care of it. Unless there is a prior explanation that, hey,
these
we
white
going
people
here
answers
or whatever,
y'all giving.
Do you mind splitting it? And then if that woman,
these white people answer
know each other yet.
Oh yeah, I don't know. Then that's
women. Listen, women will not ask you to go out. They will hint till they die to go out somewhere. Did you hear about that new spot? And they won't ever say that shit. They will. Come on, man. All the women I done dated, I heard them hint.
That's not true. I think.
Come on.
I think also if you phrase it as let's meet up somewhere, and it's more of a mutual discussion or a mutual place where both parties are just like, yeah, let's just go there. I don't think there's an expectation on who's going to pay for what. Mm-hmm. But if you're explicitly saying that you want to take somebody out, because technically that's what happens when you want to take somebody on a date. A date is going to be you're inviting somebody to go or you're asking somebody to go somewhere. Gotcha. Mm-hmm. But if you're just trying to meet up because you don't know them and you just want to, continue to talk and that's how you're approaching it, then that's fine. But if you can't articulate that, then don't get mad when the expectation is that you plan on treating. Like, don't take me somewhere and then be like, okay, well, we going to split this bill. I don't mind splitting a bill, but if we're not having a discussion, then why would the expectation be that that's what's going to happen? Because you're asking me to meet with you.
I got you. Okay. All right. So hold on. Let me explain it. Let me explain it. Hold on. Let me explain this to the chat. How we solve who won this one. So if you're in the Facebook chat, you will see a poll on the live, and you can basically choose which team won this topic of Dutch on the first date. Words of KB, we're for Dutch on the first date, and Let's Argue podcast is against it. So make sure you hit that poll. If you don't see the poll, hit team 1 in the chat, which is us, Words of KB podcast, and hit team 2 in the chat if you think Let's Argue won this one, man. So y'all make sure y'all put that. I'm gonna let Basic Logic get the last word on this one, and then we're gonna let y'all start with Do Looks Matter. Y'all for or against that, and then we're gonna let y'all start with that one. Basic Logic, go ahead and end this one right here.
My whole issue with it, and I don't want people to look at this and think, oh, Words with KB podcast being cheap. They don't want to take nobody out. No, if we're mutually dating, it is cool. I will pay. You can pay, whatever it is, what it is.
Mutually dating. Okay.
If we're dating, if we're going out on a date, I think the issue that guys have with the ladies on wanting to go Dutch, that we want to go Dutch the first date, is because I don't think that y'all feel like our time is valuable too. Like I hear LL, you said that multiple times, like, hey, you asked me, my time is worth something. My time is worth something too. And a lot of times our time gets wasted. And us going Dutch on the first date means nobody's time is wasted. If we went out and had a good time, You paid for your meal when you got that fish of the day and them 3 bottles and glasses of wine, and I got an appetizer. Hey, cool. I know my check didn't hit, my direct deposit didn't hit yet, so that's all I can get right now. But like I said, that's all I got to say. Everybody's time means something, and so when you go out on the first date, equal playing field, then you be good. And if you had a good time, we can meet up again, and maybe I'll ask you, or if you want to go, maybe you'll ask me. But that first time and all the free lunches that y'all like to get, nah, bro.
All right, bro.
So you need to just go to a park. Go to a park.
Yeah.
And call it a day.
Let's go ahead and go hash prior to, not at the table.
Hey, shout out to that dude who sent you that Cash App request when you got home too. Hey, that's the GOAT right there.
All right, let me read a couple comments. A couple comments we got in the chat. Miles Nicholson, what's up, Miles? Man, that's the producer right there. He said women don't ever ask to go somewhere. We got Eldridge, man. Shout out to Eldridge, man. The Just Eldridge podcast. Y'all make sure y'all check that out. He says what women do is say shit like this. Oh, I want to see that movie, LOL, but then expect you to pay. And he says, I will handle the transaction if you giving me some action, quote unquote. So,
wow.
We can look at
at least he's honest.
Yeah, we can look at let's look at the polls we have. We currently have Words with KB at 83% on this one. And we have Let's Argue podcast at 17%. So I think we got a point on this one on the board.
I also feel like there's mostly men.
Towards the fact that there are a large percentage of men that follow your podcast.
Guaranteed
this
group is 80% women. Guaranteed.
It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay. I think we need to post something on the Instagram page so we can get some women in here.
All right. So next topic.
But my point to that is, if you're going to pay or say I want to go Dutch, you need to say that prior to, not at the dinner.
I'm not saying nothing. It need to be a surprise.
No, take your ass to the beach or to a park.
Yeah, do something
public
free.
locations. You can call it a day. Because y'all, if men want to complain about money or having the funds, just go somewhere free. No one said you had to take us anywhere extravagant. Like, there's no rule. No one said that.
Extravagant. When the last time you gave a homeless person $20?
Just like last week.
$20? Come on, man. Hey, bro. Hey.
First of all, I don't understand how a lot of these things correlate to the topic. You come out of nowhere.
This basic logic games. Y'all ain't never argue with basic.
Equal to what the current topic is.
Y'all ain't never argue with basic.
That $20 is valuable.
All right, man. So what's so next topic is do looks matter? Are y'all for or against do looks matter? Let's Argue podcast.
Looks matter to me.
I need to know what y'all going with now.
We'll go with 4.
Yeah, don't even lie, Trey. Please.
Okay. Listen, it's all right. It's all right.
Okay, all right. So so me and basically go. We against looks don't matter. Y'all saying looks do matter.
Go ahead.
Y'all go ahead and start. No, y'all go ahead and start. Y'all. We started last time. I want y'all to start this time.
Okay, Lisa, you want to go ahead?
Point blank period. You need to be attracted to what you're dating. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like I would hope that no one is dating for sport. Like what Basic had mentioned, there's a whole bunch of women, I would think not, in their, beginning to mid 30s who are out here just, I'm dating men to get free lunches and free meals. No one's doing that. People are dating people to eventually get to a point where I'm going to take someone seriously and eventually be in a full-term relationship that will lead into engagement, that will lead into marriage. And if that's going to be the case, I would think that that person will want to be attracted to them and not date someone that looks like a crinkled up paper bag across from them. So I would think that they will be attracted to them.
And to piggyback off of that, keep in mind that beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. So no matter what you deem to be attractive, if you are attracted to that person, that's who you are going to be attracted to. So it is what it is. I mean, obviously it's going to be based on looks. It's going to be on stature. It's going to be on intelligence. There's a number of different things. But yeah, looks are that's the first thing that you see. And so therefore, that's who you would be gravitating toward.
All right.
Are
y'all done? I'm just gonna pull up some stats if
Woo, let's get it.
Are y'all done or what?
Oh, okay.
Do whatever you want to do. Y'all show.
You finished or you done?
Really?
right,
Go ahead. Have at it.
All right. So I got some stats on this one right here. You know what I'm saying? So 6%. Yeah. So 6% of relationships in the first 5 years, attraction is not even in the top 5 attraction attributes you look for in a woman or a person. Period. So you're really basing something like attraction.
Whoa. Can you cite where this came from, please? Thank you.
We don't have time to cite
and then
things.
on top of that,
We don't
that's
have
not
time to cite things.
Okay.
Trey
All right.
wasn't solely
Wikipedia.
saying that appearance was the main factor.
The topic
she
is
named
looks.
all other things
The
that was in addition to
the topic
to
is
that
do
that
looks
could add
matter.
to it, too.
The topic is do looks
Okay.
matter. So
I'm just saying what she
Okay.
said. So
okay. So
So in these apps that you swipe left or right, that's not a visual thing, right?
So I mean initially you are attracted to looks, but do looks matter is the topic. And my answer is absolutely not. You know, the strongest piece of attraction that you're gonna have with a person is not through their looks. It's through their personality, it's through how they treat you, it's through their morals and standpoints throughout life. So choosing looks is a very superficial way of, you know, keeping your ass single, because most people, when you choose somebody that's fine as fuck, you know what I'm saying, they got bad attributes on top of that, you know what I'm saying, they just look good and they gonna treat you like
nobody
shit.
say no fine as fuck. We said
At the end of the day,
in the eye of the beholder. So that means
Can you
that
finish his
he
point?
could be a 10 to me, but he could
was
be
done.
like a 6 to someone else. But
I'm
go ahead.
I'm just saying.
and in addition to that, at the end of the day, those other attributes are what strengthens the attraction. That's not the initial attraction. So to say looks don't matter, it doesn't make sense, because you're initially going off of looks. You're going off of appearance, what you see. And by getting to know this person, i.e. taking them out and getting upset when you got to pay the bill, you're getting to know somebody and learn that personality and see what those additional traits are that you may actually be attracted to, in addition to the fact that you saw that they looked cute and wanted to get to know them.
Person
because if
is
you're
not
on
gonna
these
keep
apps,
across the street to go talk to them. So let's just be real.
there we go. Unless suddenly you have a different, a superpower that allows you to see personality from a distance.
Can I go now?
Do what you got.
Go ahead, bro.
All right.
Like I said, of course, we all know is you're gonna see people first. So of course, what's gonna attract your attention is going to be how they look. But I would say why they don't matter is because I would say quick, especially with us fellas now with Instagram, you see a pretty face every time you open up your social media. So it's not anything, abnormal, but it'll turn off so quickly if that person that has that, good looking figure face, if they got a stank attitude or, they just sound. The thing that was worse to me is when they started allowing people to do IG videos, because when I first got on Instagram, it was like, cool, I get to just see pictures. I don't get to see y'all talk. And then you started seeing these women that look gorgeous talk, and you was like, you dumb as hell.
That's
or
up,
your
bro.
voice deep as fuck.
That's fucked up, bro.
Your voice.
Hey,
Right.
That's fucked up.
it was bad.
But it was the look that attracted you. But it was
I
the
saw
look
it,
that
but it'll
attracted
go
you.
away so
So-
quick. That's why I said they don't matter.
That's fine.
That's why,
It's fine.
listen,
No one's
No.
disagreeing with
No,
you
but the
there.
question-
was, does it
Right.
matter?
listen.
And that's what I'm saying. Like we're so
Exactly.
When I say I didn't say it doesn't attract your attention. It doesn't matter because
it
listen.
don't matter.
Y'all can all admit y'all seen some. It may be exes or homeboys or whatever. Y'all seen with a girl sometime. Y'all be like, why he with that bitch? Whatever y'all say. Man, like why he with that girl or whatever. And we know in our head like she probably got that, or she she do something good or.
She makes him
just a
happy.
good
How about
person.
that? She makes him happy as fuck.
She makes him
You know
happy,
what I'm
whatever
saying?
she doing.
And the looks don't
Whether
matter because looks are so like you said with the Instagram shit. Like looks are so like oversaturated in the market. It's like we even have a new category for like, oh, she just Instagram fine. Like niggas will say that now. Like that's a category that we use. Like she just fine. Like we it don't even matter when you say a girl, oh, she just Instagram fine. Like that shit don't even matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like men are even conditioning themselves to the point where we don't really care that much about fine. You know what I'm saying? We don't care about look good. We care about how does she make us feel, what type of person is she, and that type of stuff. So I think looks really don't matter, man. Y'all gotta let us know in the chat.
I will argue.
I think that, you know,
I will argue that it does matter because you've created. Yeah, I will argue that it does matter because you've created a category for it. So you've created levels of fineness to place women in. So Instagram fineness one. No, listen, looks matter. You guys have already said it. So,
we said you see them.
No, but you said it. No, but you said it. But that's what attracts you.
We are on two different levels because first, number one, Trey and I are talking about the initial attraction. You guys are talking about the long term. So those are two different things.
Black lives matter. Like
we just saying, do looks matter in general?
Two different things.
Do looks matter in general? No, that's our stance. Do looks matter in general? No, they don't.
But I don't remember general being a part of that question.
I mean, I'm saying, do looks matter? Do looks matter is the topic.
Okay, thank you. That was period.
Do looks matters, period.
Do looks matter?
We said no.
No, technically, you both say yes initially, and then as you get to know the person,
you said that you would like to be attracted to the person.
I didn't say that.
Right. You said in the beginning of your.
I said you see them, and you're like, "Oh, that looks nice," but then you're like, then you're like, it doesn't matter because she's crazy.
Because the looks don't matter.
Okay.
All right, man. If y'all ain't got nothing else, man, we want to hear from the chat, man. Y'all, we got the poll out here.
I think we 2-0.
I think we might be 2-0 on this one, but we want to hear in the chat. I'll let y'all get the final.
Because I feel like there are two different parameters here. Because number one, we were talking about initially, like that's what was given to us.
We never said nothing about initially. All we said was do looks matter.
Now you're saying, oh yeah, because this, that, and the third. Like those are two different things.
We never said initially. We just said do looks matter. All right, so we got the poll out there, man. Y'all let us know in the chat, man. Put team 1 if you think Words of KB podcast won this thing on do looks matter, and put team 2 if you wanna, you wanna pity Let's Argue podcast and give them a point.
Don't do that. No. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm sorry. If you want to give them, if you believe they won that one, y'all make sure y'all do that.
Don't give either. No.
No. I'm sorry. If you agree with Let's Argue podcast,
thank you.
Put
That's
team
better.
2 in the chat, or you just vote on the poll if you're in the Facebook group. And right now we have it's 3-2. We're in the lead right now, but I'll let that one cook a little bit because I think we're waiting on. All right, we got Sherrod. Sherrod said team 2, so that give y'all 2, man. I want to read a couple comments from this topic. Miles,
hey, block Sherrod. How we do that?
Block nobody. He can go ahead and ride with us. Okay.
Miles said dating is setting up your roster, figuring out what you want on the outside and inside. You should date to date. That's the point. Then you should shrink down the roster to the one you want, and then you get into a relationship. But dating is not a relationship. People also settle for a less attractive person anyway, men and women. I don't know. I don't like that word settle. But I see what you mean. You know what I'm saying? But let me.
But technically, isn't that what you're arguing for?
Yeah.
What, settling?
I mean, if you're not worried about attraction,
you said
I don't think that's settling at all.
Attracted to the person, you said
looks don't matter.
And then that was not what you said. You didn't say anything about, I want the person that I'm actually attracted to. You said I want the person that makes me feel good, which is in turn, settlement.
What the hell is a settlement? If I say I want the person that makes me happy, that's not a settlement.
Don't matter, right?
Bro, y'all okay. Y'all, I don't know what type of voodoo y'all trying to put, but that don't make no sense. I don't get it.
That's what you said.
I said that. Yeah, I want somebody who makes me happy. That's the end all be all.
The looks don't matter, so you will be settling for the looks because other things are more important to you.
I didn't say nothing about settling.
Because to say otherwise means that looks matter.
Yeah.
What?
It's alternative fact.
Hello.
I don't even.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I don't get it. Kristen, come on, Kristen. I'm gonna let you choose the winner here. Now you say she's stuck in the middle, so I want you to choose a winner so we can move on to the next.
You know where to go. It's us.
Because we tied up 3-3 on the polls. So Kristen, what's up? Tell us what's up now, so we can move on to the next one. So let me before we move on, which are y'all for or against online dating? Let's go ahead and cover that.
I'm for online dating.
Yeah.
Four.
All
right, Basie, you want to go against?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we still gonna wait on Kristen before we give out this score, so we'll leave it at 1-0 right now. But we need to hear in the chat, man. Y'all let us know if they deserve a point for that one, or if you agree with them or not. So Basie, man, I'm gonna let you start off with talking about.
Kristen.
Huh? Yeah, Kristen. She ain't
on.
said nothing. I don't know. Y'all weren't convincing enough or something. Basic. I'm gonna let you start off with being against online dating. So let me let you.
First off, it's a lot of times with online dating, it's really like easy smashing. That's really what you're looking for. You just like, hey, I gotta,
No.
Go ahead.
You good?
Go ahead.
Need some water? Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah, but like I said, it's a lot of people that's just looking, they're kind of bored or lonely, just need a quick smash. And I feel like, even though I know it's been some success stories with people dating online, for the most, it's a waste of time. And then they tricking folks into paying for these premium accounts, which is really crazy.
Bro.
But it allows people to have bad social skills, like someone to see somebody they think is attractive and wait to go find them on Tinder or Instagram or Facebook to like him and DM him, but to see him in the store and put the head down. Like, people's social skills have become trash. People don't even know how to holler at girls. People scared of rejection. It's just, and then with these screenshots, you got to watch who DMs you sliding in. It's just all bad. People just need to get out, put your mask on, and go holler at folks.
Have you tried it? Let's just start there.
No.
Okay. That's one of my points. Next.
I don't need to. I didn't need to do it online.
That's it. Next.
Okay.
Ain't no next. I don't want to, because if I like somebody.
I mean, you can now. You're married.
You're good.
Have you tried it?
Okay, so let me jump in. I have tried it. Okay,
so Floor.
I have tried it, and there is an element that of ingenuity that is not really genuine dating online, because you're not really showing your true character. You're showing a lot of it, and this can happen sometimes in real dating, but you're showing a person that you see yourself as online. You know what I'm saying? And just like Ian said, those same people who are reaching out to people online, they would not be doing that in person. You know what I'm saying? And that
catfish is real.
Yeah,
catfish. Did y'all watch that show?
And catfish,
that was scary.
And catfish, and a catfish of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because you will meet somebody who is trying to act more confident online than they are in person. And then when you meet up with that person in real life, they ain't even who they portrayed themselves to be. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of not genuine stuff going on with online dating, and it is it kind of doesn't work at a certain point. What's up?
It kind of doesn't work at a certain point.
Yes.
Okay. So I am for, obviously, online dating, personally, because of the fact that sometimes my schedule, not just now, but prior to COVID, does not allow for me to be as social, i.e. going to your happy hours, your networking sessions, or anything else outside of work, because of either long hours and me just being tired and not wanting to go, or other stuff that we have going on, i.e. our podcast, and i.e. me being an entrepreneur, stuff outside of work. So a lot of the times I would have to do other things, i.e. online dating, in order for me to meet people. Now, I can't agree when you said people put on a whole bunch of facades and things like that. I'm the same person that I am on or offline. So that personality changing is not working. I don't agree with that. However, has there been instances where I dated people and yes, we got up to a certain point and it just didn't work out because it didn't work out, not because I met that person online. It was just not something that both of us figured out that we wanted to continue to entertain. So that doesn't mean that online dating doesn't work or it shouldn't be explored. It's just like any other thing. Like if I meet somebody out in the street and we date for 3 weeks, 3 months, whatever, and we figure out we don't want to continue, that's just how it is. So, I can't say that online dating overall is something that shouldn't be explored. Like if you don't have the time to do the extra things where you're out and meeting people, then what else you supposed to do? Like that's the only thing that you can actually do in order to meet those people.
Well, the world hosts billions and billions of people. So the expectation that you're going to fall in love, and marry the person that lives down the street is very unlikely. My husband actually reached out to me online, and that's where we are today. And so I am a actual testament. Granted,
did y'all know each other in person though?
We came from the same city.
Not the same.
But he was moving. We were not living in that city anymore. He was living in an entirely different state. He was playing football, and I was in Atlanta working. And he reached. Well, actually, I was still about to graduate college, and he reached out to me online.
But y'all
saw me
completely online, though, right?
Out. Huh?
Completely online. Y'all didn't know each other in person at all before he reached out.
I did not know him at all. I had never met him. We had mutual friends. After he reached out, found out that we had mutual friends, but I did not know him. Had never spoken to him, had not talked to him. And so
he reached out to you on an online dating site?
No, he reached out to me on Facebook.
So y'all already were friends on Facebook.
It's still online dating. Yes, it is.
How's that
The question was online dating.
How did y'all
add your asterisks?
So how did y'all get to be friends on Facebook then? It was just a random invite from a stranger?
We had mutual friends. At the time, old school Facebook, it was a little different. If everybody just signed up based on your college account. Okay. But we had mutual friends. And so somehow we were friends, had no idea that we were friends, and then connected. He reached out to me. And so that alone. What do you mean? And then we did what?
Y'all met in person.
Yes.
So after the DM, was there any back and forth between messages, or was it like, hey, we just want to meet up?
We spoke online for a good period of time. And then he came to Atlanta to visit me, left. And then a few months later, came back to my graduation, met my family, and then left again, played, got injured, came back, and ended up moving to Atlanta. And we stayed together since then.
Okay.
So, LL, you gonna sit up here and tell me you've never had any horror stories from dating online? No catfishes?
No, but that's not the question, though.
Yeah, but
it's part of it.
Horror stories exist on traditional and online dating, but I did make a couple points.
I got horror stories in general.
Yeah,
but
they just exist
once, and it was the same guy. However, he just used older pictures of himself. And
can you tell the catfish stories? They're always funny to me.
No, because we're getting away from the debate.
I thought this was a debate. Like,
right. I wanted to hear the catfish story.
No.
That's going to sway people's response.
Exactly.
I got some.
But like the point was whether or not you're for or against online dating. Just because the guy sent me an older picture of himself doesn't make me say, "Oh, I'm off of online dating altogether." That was one experience. So I can't say and sit here and say after that I was off of all of the platforms that I was on or explore different ones. Like I was.
So you've had enough good encounters for you to keep rolling with it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm too busy to do like the expected thing, which is go out and do all that stuff. Like
let me make my
point. I have time to do that outside of everything that I do. Like I may go out, but it's not enough to meet people and say, oh yeah, I met him and so I met that person at so and so or whatever.
Yeah, and
the whole thing that you were talking about, something, oh, you just racking people up to smash. Like, no, that is not. That was not the intention of the online.
I didn't say you was, but his dogs.
I had to say that or whatever because you were just made a blanket statement about
Right.
everybody's online saying, yeah, you
Most
know, this is a
people
quick
are
snack.
online because they want some physical attention.
No, you don't know that
No,
because
this
you
doesn't
have
never
anything to do
you've
with
never
some
done
physical
online
So you
dating.
attention.
think your husband
Hold on,
just wanted
Basin.
to
Hold
be
on,
your
Basin.
friend when he slid in your DMs?
He was my friend from the time. What? How do you
No,
think
he didn't know you.
Bro, basically, let me
So-
let me
so
jump
when
let
did
me
he
jump in here.
crash?
Let me jump in here, Trey.
Yeah.
Basically,
No.
basically,
So
basically.
I'm so
exactly.
confused. This
Basi-
is what you do every time. You throw in these daggers that don't even make sense.
Hey,
You're
y'all
just
learning now.
throwing darts
You
and
learn-
then just going all over the board.
You're learning.
You're not landing on a particular
You're
point.
learning.
I just
You're learning.
asked-
You're
I'm
learning
asking
now.
questions that people
All
want to
right.
know.
All right, so I made a couple notes here.
Kev, hold
LL.
on, because the last time you went to the Notebook, it was trash. So you
Bruh.
talking about me?
Bruh, that was-
this
that-
gonna be a real point.
Bro, that was an empty page I was on in the notebook anyway. But all
Okay.
right, so next, so this
Oh,
is
so
what
that
I'm
was
saying.
fake facts?
Let me move. Come on
Look
now.
at
Can
that.
tell.
This is what I'm saying.
I'm gonna need for y'all to take this in because
So-
this man is not using
Listen, this
Exactly.
real.
Facts.
that he
It's real
actually
notes.
explored to
I
make
don't see
sure
nothing.
that his
I don't see
points are
nothing.
valid.
These real
Just wanna
notes I
let you
wrote.
know.
These real notes I wrote. So LL made some points, but her main point for online dating is the convenience of online dating, and just the fact that she doesn't have time to date for real. So she's willing
Okay,
to.
that's not what I said.
That's exactly
You
what
make
she
time
said.
for what you want to make time for. What I said was, if you want to go ahead and
Can I finish
reclaim
my point
statement,
first? Can I finish my point?
What I said was, you cannot sit there and say that I go out for convenience or I
That's
go
what you
online
said.
for convenience.
That's
It
what you
was the simple
said.
fact of
You don't have
I
the
don't
time.
have time to do all of the things that
That's-
people do
that's-
outside of work.
That's exactly
So
what
in
I'm
order-
saying.
I want to hear.
So
I
that
want
means I'm
Can
supposed
I-
to be single.
Can I finish my
I want to
point?
hear the rest of his point. I want
I'm
to
trying to finish. I'm trying to give a real
point.
point here, so we can move on.
Go ahead.
So and I'll repeat what you just said. You said that you don't have the time with your work. Okay, we lost someone. But
It's good.
all right. So you said that you don't have the time to date and go on all the traditional route. So online is convenient for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you can do things from your phone. You know what I'm saying? It's more convenient. Now, to me, that means that you're just doing it because you don't have the actual time to invest in dating someone. You have to go to this lower
First of
path
all,
of dating, which
You're
is
talking
online
about
dating.
Dating someone. That's not what we're talking about.
No,
We're not
dating
talking
multiple
about
people.
Dating someone. We're talking about the whole point of online dating. Going on a website to meet people. That's
Right.
the point. Not necessarily dating. Now, everybody makes time
Right,
for
what's
what
the
they want to make
difference?
time for. Just because I'm busy doesn't mean that I'm too busy to go on a date. What's the point of going online to say, oh, I'm going to just meet somebody and be like, I can't go out with you because I'm too busy. Like, that's not what I was saying.
I'm saying that all I said was you said it's very convenient. I agree. Online
That's
dating.
not what I said. That's not what I said.
But
Oh.
you're saying, but you're also taking just one portion of the argument because
That's
testimony.
what she said.
Hello.
I didn't touch on anything you said, Trey. I said
I know, but
I
and
said
that's what you're
LL.
telling.
I said
But that's
LL.
what you're telling though,
Now-
because you're sticking to the point that she said that she doesn't have. There's not her life. What she does day to day does not allow her to meet people
Right.
on a normal basis to form relationships, right? And so going online is just another avenue that she takes.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I was actually meeting people in person and dating
Mm-hmm.
and met my husband because he hit me up online.
Online.
And so what I'm saying is that online dating works, right?
Mhm.
For the reasons that you guys said is just false. At the end of the day, online dating works. Now, are you going to have the best experiences every time? No.
No.
But we are still for online dating because there is an opportunity for you to find someone. And I know plenty of people who married the person that they met online.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hey, I'm just going off of the information I had. If I can find a crack in the argument, I'm gonna bounce on that. You know what I'm saying?
I
That's what
think
it
we
is.
should, take real life experiences. Because are you guys dating people that you met online
I'm saying
or in person?
LL's experiences weren't real life.
No. But let's
So
take
what is-
y'all.
Okay.
So are you meeting people or dating someone that you met online?
I've dated people I've met online. Yes,
But are you dating someone who you met online or in person?
in person, traditional.
All right. So see, there you go. It's not working. Try online.
Okay, I've tried both, but I don't get what you're saying. But okay.
I'm just saying, but because the argument is whether we're for or against dating online, and I'm
And if you
saying
were
that
totally
dating
not
online.
for online dating, you would not have tried, just like
Right.
your partner.
Hold on, say
But
that one more
okay.
time.
And you need your
me?
partner because the view is not.
Yeah, I know he's fucking up the view.
Yeah, he's messing us up.
Let me switch to this one right here. So we lost Basic Logic. Now I'm thinking his laptop died.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that.
But okay. He was coming at my laptop for
Look
not
at
having
that.
that much
Let me
battery.
check
But there
my-
again, he's gone.
Yeah, let me
But,
check
okay.
my and I
That
think
70% diminished
yeah,
fast.
and
Yeah,
I
it sure
and I'm
did, and I'm still rocking.
That's what happens when you loud and wrong. That's how it goes.
I'm gonna give y'all a point for that one since we have it wasn't really a fair argument. He left halfway
You don't have
through.
to give nobody nothing. Go
Okay,
ahead.
hey.
No, it's fine. We'll take it. We'll take
And
it.
make
Hey,
it fair. Oh,
hey.
okay.
We'll take
fine.
it.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? So
whatever.
let me get Basic back on the line. I actually can't just call. Let me see. Let me get Basic
Look
back
at
on the line.
look at this. He looking for a charger.
Mm-hmm.
He should use his phone.
I really don't understand how y'all be. LL, you explain your laptop situation, but I don't understand why people don't plug up their laptops.
Well, I
What's up,
already
bro? What's
told
going
you
on
what
with
was
you?
going on with me, so
Right.
I have
You
other
jumping back
stuff.
in?
In order for this
Take
to
the
run
point away.
smoothly, there's a lot, that I have to plug into my laptop. But
Did you go refresh? Oh, you're not online on the laptop. I got you. Just join on your phone then. Yep. All right.
There we go. See, I like some of these comments online. I
Hold on.
appreciate that.
Can you
What
read
they
it?
say?
Can you
Just
read a
because
couple
you
of
are
them?
the same person on and offline does not mean the other party isn't. Really, a lot of people are wearing a facade when they date anyways. It takes a while to break through that anyway. It is very rare you meet someone who is truly themselves when you meet them.
yeah, that's true.
I mean, hey, I'm just
Are you
saying.
gonna argue with that too?
I can argue with anything.
Apparently,
Yes. Yeah.
I'll find a
see.
crack in any argument if you give it to me. That's what water does. You know, we were talking about that.
Yeah, it consumes.
You know what?
I don't know
Yeah.
about consume, but
But
so
see, but I was rooting for that person, Miles, and then you told me I take the point away. Really?
Why?
You know.
Miles a real one. You know what I'm saying? He a real one.
The point away for what?
But yeah, we like I said, we'll give y'all that one. That'll make us 2-1. Y'all did actually get that point for Do Looks Matter. Kristen came on y'all side.
Thank you.
It was probably some women sticking together type thing, but it is what it is. So the next topic is one night stands, man. Where do y'all stand on one night stands? For or against? I really need
let you
need
go
Basic
first,
for this
Trey.
one, man, because this one gonna be a tough one for me.
I feel like we should take against.
Okay.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. We're against.
Oh man, all right, man. I'm gonna rock this shit out myself here. Hold on, let me I'm gonna rock this shit out myself.
Your partner left you hanging. I don't know what's happening. You need to pick better partners.
Yeah. We gonna work it out though.
Basic messing up. Did he mess up last time?
Yeah,
for the
he
other
did.
episode?
He did, and
Yes,
y'all
he
are
did
against
slide out last time.
y'all are against one night stands, sir. Hey, bro, you join back. And you look like an uncle. Dude. You say what?
He was talking all that mess about using a phone.
I said I had a Teddy Riley moment.
Bro, you still having a Teddy Riley moment, boy. Shit. Hey, bro. So we got the next topic. We automatically gave him that point, man. I mean they was winning anyway, but we give them that point because your shit didn't work. But the next topic is one night stands, man. We for one night stands. They are against one night stands. So which one of y'all want to start with this one?
Y'all can grow. Go ahead.
Oh, y'all want us to start?
Yeah, y'all start.
All right. Basically, you want me to jump in on this one?
Yeah, I mean, you could probably start with this one.
All right.
You've had more experiences.
All right, so all right, thank you for letting people. Okay, so one night stands. One night stands are. I look at one night stands as a natural placement in the world. You know what I'm saying? Usually when we go out with somebody, you know what I'm saying, we have a date. You can sometimes initially tell, you can tell what type of attraction you have with that person, and maybe y'all just want to have sex. You know what I'm saying? We have pressures that's coming from both sides, and the women feel guilty about coming in and saying, I just want to fuck. You know what I'm saying? And it's nothing wrong with you just wanting to fuck. You know what I'm saying? Have a one night stand, because that can save you a ton of time fucking with a dude that he don't even match up with you sexually. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna wait 3 months or after 3 dates to find out if y'all have sexual feedback. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't work for anybody. So if you feel the need to, you know what I'm saying, you want to fuck on that first date, let that shit ride. It's no problems. It's fucking 2020. Let that shit ride, and it's no problem. So that's why I am for one night stands. Run that thing. So what's up? God damn, this nigga left again. y'all unmute, man. What's up? This nigga hell, boy. All right, so y'all unmute, man. What's up? What y'all got?
Wait, what does your partner want to add to that?
Yeah. Do you want to add anything? Do you want to add anything to that? One night stand.
I mean, you said mostly everything I was going to say. I mean, of course, it gets a lot of, because you got to release, that's why a lot of people walking around mad now. You got to release. That's what it was made for. You got to release.
I didn't even touch on the health aspects of releasing that motherfucker.
Yeah, all that stuff to build up the cholesterol in your chest that the Cheerios don't get a lot of that out.
Yeah.
So get that cholesterol out and get your chakras, is that what they call it? Your chakra levels even. Most of the time, like I said, one night stand really help with that, and it just saves you a lifetime of, like, dang, I didn't chose this raggedy baby mama or raggedy baby daddy,
or even a lot of what ifs, or a lot of it even saves them time of a lot of what ifs. You know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead and get that shit out of the way. Experience it, and you ain't gotta do no what if. Y'all ain't gonna count it if you ain't like it any fucking way. So go ahead and get the shit out of the way.
Facts.
What's up? Y'all making the ugly face, but y'all ain't saying that. What's up?
I'm just at a loss of words.
It's counted as a body. First of all, I feel like as women, even if it's as bad or as good, it's still counted as a body. So you can't sit here and say, it doesn't count, because it does. But anyway, I'm against it because it just never works. I could speak from personal experience. I didn't like it. I was not because it was bad, but because the experience in itself, like, I just didn't feel good after it was completed. I was like, yeah, I'm never doing this again. This is not something that I want to entertain.
Why did you feel bad, if you don't mind me asking?
Why did I feel bad? Because, like, okay, I know that some people get down with the get down. I'm personally not someone who does that. And I feel like during this particular phase in my life, that was one of the things that I wanted to try, and I tried it and I didn't like it. So I was just like, no, this is not something that I wanted to do. Or
okay.
So not one night stands. I feel like there's just a whole lot that it complicates situations.
Yeah.
So any party, either party, can get things misconstrued, feelings in particular. Two, health wise, is just a dangerous game to play, and it's not worth it. You guys made the point of stating that one, it doesn't count as a body, which I mean, I appreciate you trying to quote Megan Thee Stallion with the "it never happened if the dick wasn't snapping," but that's not
I
what
didn't
we're
say
doing
that
today.
for the record. I did
Okay,
not say
that's
that.
pretty much. That's
I
pretty
did
much what
not
you
quote
said.
that for the record.
No, but that's what we're saying. You said so. Thank you. But that's not the path that we're taking today. At the end of the day, it's like Lee said, it's another body, and it's just a dangerous game to play. Why go through the process of targeting people just to quickly sleep with them and move on? It's a waste of everybody's time. And if the other person is not on the same page, then it's not a one night stand. What it is confusion and drama, and there's no need for it. And so I think everyone probably had their what I would call a whole phase, where you just kind of go through and feeling as though there's no repercussions for what you're doing. But really, at the end of the day, it is. Someone at the end of that could potentially get hurt, and it's just a waste of time. We're all adults. If you're looking for just to be free and not have to enter into a relationship, and you just want a sexual partnership or a sexual interaction, then I think that's, take the adult route and do that. But to just a one night stand, I think by definition is more so having someone who you don't know, don't know or normally interact with, and you're having sex with them, and then you move on from that. I just think it's irresponsible behavior. So,
and where's the gratification? Because if it's bad, then it's like, oh,
so
if it's good, you're never going to see that person again.
Right.
So now you're back at square one.
So what? You wait 3 months after you like somebody and then find out it's bad, and
I don't know. Maybe you
split
the check during the first date, and then you figure it out.
Of a one night stand was like boom, boom, and that's it. Like,
right. Technically that's what a one night stand is. Now, if you're talking about meeting somebody and then deciding to smash, and then you don't like it and move on, that's not a one night stand. That's you changing your mind after you done already took advantage of the person that you were trying to talk to. But if you're
what's a one night stand to you all? I just want to be clear on what's a one night stand.
A one night stand is literally plucking somebody, having sex and moving on.
Okay, is that the same for you, LL?
Yes.
Okay, it's having sex one night and then that's it.
That's it.
Yeah, right, moving on. I mean, if you don't have a one night stand, are you talking about keeping it going?
No, I'm saying
that's
that
not a one night stand.
I'm saying that
that's a situationship.
I'm saying I'm saying things start as a one night stand. If you meet somebody, you have sex
as a one night stand.
Anything could start.
It's not a one night stand.
I'm saying that things can start from a one night stand. You just fucking somebody, and if it's good, you come back. But it was a one night stand initially. You never I'm saying not intentionally. You don't intentionally plan to see that person again.
No, but that's not. But yes, your intention, but that's not what it was. It's not a one night stand.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. You might intend it for it to be a one night stand, but then pussy was good and you decided to stick around.
Yeah.
I got some questions. Y'all ready?
Now, are y'all saying this is like from now, or are y'all looking for the younger folks out there too? Because don't ruin it, because y'all done had y'all fun and y'all settling down now. Don't ruin this for the young folks out there.
Anything. You were asking us based on our point of view. So this is not to sway anybody's opinion on how they feel about what they feel like.
It's less argument.
Help me understand how you're speaking for the younger folks.
Yeah.
I'm not speaking for the younger folks.
Oh, okay. It sounds like
I just said,
don't ruin it for them.
Everybody is speaking from their own experience. Right. We can all agree with that. Now, LL made some comments about feeling bad after.
Always be trying to take notes on me.
No, I got Trey this time too. It's just you talked first, so I wrote it down. So LL has she made some comments about feeling bad about after a one night stand, and to me it feels like that would be based on society standards.
It wasn't based on society standards. It was my own standard.
You just felt dirty after.
I would never thought for myself, but I ended up doing it, and I didn't like it. I should have kept my original mindset of not exploring something like that.
Okay. And Trey mentioned, it complicates things, and she mentioned that some safety concerns, and I can argue that going out on a date with somebody today is just as dangerous as a one night stand.
Okay,
You gonna
listen.
pull the
I'm just
COVID
saying.
card?
I'm just saying.
On the same
I mean, you
team
can die
because
from
you
either
come
one.
and
I'm
bring
just
all
saying.
these extra things in, and that's not what we were talking about.
She just
They
said
were
that it's a
talking about
safety
dating.
issue, and I'm
About
saying if I go out on a
one-night
date with
stands.
somebody, I could die from getting COVID with pre-existing conditions. Then I could have just, a one night
I
stand
know.
was never that dangerous really before because you just strap
know.
up.
Yeah, COVID.
Yeah, and then kicks in the importance of splitting the bill, right?
Yeah, I mean, it makes you feel a little less bad about it if you don't split the bill and everything's good. Now we on the up and up.
Man,
I'm just,
Sad.
I'm just putting it out there, man. Hey, but y'all let us know. One night stands, man. Team 1, Words with KB podcast. Team 2, Let's Argue podcast, man. Just
So I have a question for you. So would you go and date a chick that you didn't know that she didn't had a whole bunch of white night stands? Like that's her MO. Like that's what she does, or she had quite a few before she met you.
okay. You make.
Are you going to take
asking
that
me a
person
person? You asking
seriously?
me a personal statement, or are you asking me? What are you asking me? Is
I mean,
this
it has
personal?
to be
or-
a personal statement because I'm addressing it to you.
Well,
How
talk
would
to
you
me
feel?
after. Talk to me after the podcast if you want to ask me that. I'm-
No.
I am for.
It's all
I
good.
am
You know
for.
what? I'll take that.
I am
because
for
when
one
they
night
ask me
stands. Why would I argue against it?
That I'll take that because they asked you to give some examples of some of the previous online dating scenarios. So it's okay. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Fine.
You know what I'm saying? So don't try to play me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the personal
That's all
question.
right.
No, nigga,
That's
I'm sticking to the goddamn plan. Goddamn. All right.
Okay.
All right, so next thing we got friends with the ex, and I want to be more. I want to be, but y'all let us know in the comments, man. We got a poll out here. One night stands. Are you for or we were for one night stands, and Let's Argue podcast was against one night stands. So y'all make sure y'all fill out the poll. Let me look at the poll right quick. Oh, I mean, people fucking with us, man. We got a point on that one. So we tied up 2-2. We tied up 2-2. Brianna, what's good in the comments? I see you out there. All right, so we moving on to
Shout to the bots.
chill out, bro. See that's going against what I'm talking about. Ain't no such thing as a thought. You know what I'm saying? For the argument sake. But friends with an ex. So so this next one is about you are in a current relationship and you still hold friendships with an ex. So are y'all for or against this?
I'm against.
All right. I'll take against with her. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm against.
Huh? You against too? Goddamn, boy.
You can't be against. We said against.
All right, you know I'm for it. So I handle that bit. I handle that one. You know I'm for that. I'm for friends with ex. For me, I mean, I'm for it. So I want y'all to start on this one now. Y'all, let's argue. Y'all got to start on this. Y'all be trying to make us go first because that gives y'all an advantage.
No, not necessarily. But I mean, in my experience, I tried to be friends with an ex, but it never works because they always want to slide in reminiscing conversations about, oh, remember when? And what about this? And bring up arguments that were long before. Like, it's just not something that I can say that I can honestly do because every time, I actually tried with that particular person and with another, it just never worked. Like they always want to bring up, oh, remember when? And I think we should get back together. And I'm like, no, we're bowling. Let's just bowl. And that's just it. But they want to bring up all this extra stuff.
So you going bowling with the ex, okay?
I said
you just said
the
that.
reason why
You just said y'all were bowling
for me is because they always bring up reminiscing things. I'm against it. I can't do it. So because I've tried it, I can say that I cannot do it. I'm against it.
Okay, but y'all was bowling though, right?
Now, when you said
y'all was out bowling though, right?
Were you mad because they didn't want to pay for the bowling date? Like, because it's automatic Dutch.
No.
Right?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, all right.
It was.
I'm just checking.
I also think it's a certain level of respect for the person that you're with in the new relationship. When you move on, if a previous relationship did not work, there was a reason for that. Are there instances where some people are able to remain friends with their ex? Yes, possibly. But I think if you truly want your new relationship to be successful and long lasting, sometimes you do have to let the past go. And depending on how that last relationship ended, it can just cause a lot of confusion for no reason at all. It's a waste. If it's in the past and it didn't work, then you can move on. I think unless it was a deeper friendship, but for the most part, I think being friends with your ex just adds a complication to the new relationship that really isn't warranted. I think it's in a way slightly disrespectful to the new person that you're with who's looking to make you happy. And by keeping that old person in the picture, they can feel as though you're comparing them, or feel as though that person could be trying to step in, or just not respecting the fact that you're moving on. And then you also have to wonder, what's the need of having that friendship? Is there any value that it brings to your life? Because as you get older, friendships in general should have value for you. It should be people that you truly love, and it plays a part in your life. And if you broke up with an ex-boyfriend or girlfriend, and there's a reason for that, what value is it bringing if you now have a new person that's bringing you happiness?
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. Are y'all done? Or I wanted to ask some follow-up
Go
questions.
ahead. Yeah,
I
go
wanted
ahead.
to ask some follow-up questions because you had a lot of sometimes, and you had a lot of situations. It seemed like that made it okay, but
not necessarily, but okay.
yeah. But my argument here is you mentioned what's the worth of having that friendship, or that relationship, not friendship. But if you're looking at two mature individuals, and that's what I'm talking about. I ain't talking about two half individuals. You a full person, you know what I'm saying? If you dated that person, you probably built a friendship with that person. You probably built something closer with them. If you are a real mature person, you know what I mean? So if I'm in a relationship with somebody and I formed a friendship with that person, even if the relationship doesn't work, I still love that person at least with a friendship. You know what I'm saying? If I break up with you, then I have no expectation of anything going further with that. You know what I'm saying? And that means to me, I'm not going on no bowling dates with you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going out and having those type of interactions with you, but we still can look out for each other. We still can text. We still can communicate, but there is a level of respect that I will have for my current relationship. But still remaining friends with the ex still works because, hey, they can help me in my current relationship. They know me better. They know me better than a lot of people. They've been in that seat firsthand, and they know how I react to some things. So I can really tap them on the shoulder and figure out a lot of things in my relationship that can help me work. So
instead of working it out with the person that you're currently with.
Exactly.
You definitely
Why can't you just communicate that with them.
You do communicate with them, but just like I reach out to Basic Logic and say, hey, bro, am I tripping with this? You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to hear your opinion. You know what I'm saying? I can still use that person as that opinion.
To hear their opinion? That doesn't make any sense.
Because that ex has dated me.
How would the new person feel about that?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
hey, y'all get up there, man. Let him talk.
Of course, if you are a very upfront person, an honest person, you let that person know, the level of communication you have with your ex. You know what I'm saying? You don't hide anything. You're very open and upfront with everything. So, you will let them know.
Asking for trouble in your current relationship.
I've never experienced trouble with the ex in a current relationship because I have a very open policy about who I'm talking to, all of my friends. There's no lock phones, and that stuff doesn't exist. So I've never had trust issues in any of my past 4 or 5 relationships because I don't do untrustworthy things. You know what I'm saying? So I think being friends with an ex is fine if you're mature enough to handle that on both sides. Some people, some women that I've dated or talked to, or friends that I have, aren't mature enough to handle that relationship, and I understand that too. But it's a maturity level that you need to say, hey, it's okay for you to be friends with the ex.
Right, but I would say that most people aren't mature enough to follow those boundaries, and so that's why it does not work. There may be a select few who can keep it going, but I would say for the majority, it is not a healthy situation to be in to continue to communicate actively with your ex. Now, you said you wouldn't, there's certain things that you just want to do. You want to go bowling or all these other examples that you threw out there. But I would then question what extent are you considering that a friendship? So are you just keeping things cordial and having communication, or do you actually consider that person a true friend? And I think one of the things is that we need to define what friend means, because if I compare one friend, Lisa's my friend. So I can call her and talk to her at any point, and my husband knows that's who I'm talking to. I have exes who I can reach out to if I truly wanted to, just to check in on them. Are they my friends? No, they are not my friends. They are my exes. So I think it just, you have to have that line to define what that truly is. Now, are you saying that you are true friends with all of your exes? Is that what you're saying?
Well, what I'm saying is that I think we all agree that there are levels of friendship, and there is not just, everybody's not just true friends, right? So I think that there is a level of friendship that fits perfectly for my exes, and that level of friendship does not include bowling dates while I'm with my current girlfriend.
So then I don't see the value.
I'm just using that as an example. No need to get defensive.
I was not with someone else when we went on the bowling outing. It wasn't a date.
Well, hey, no need. Okay,
let's just be clear.
Well, I'm sorry, a golf date.
I'm just going to say on two separate occasions with two different people, it just didn't work, because one particular person was in another relationship, and then he was telling me that his girlfriend felt some type of way about him sharing information about me, and she seeing pictures and all this stuff and questioning who I was. Like, no, I don't want to have any type of insecurities or any type of damaging issues between them two. So I'm just going to be like, okay, I'm bowing out. Let's just not.
You didn't want no smoke.
Yeah, but that ain't two mature, secure people in their relationship. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even.
But that's an example why it doesn't work
with maturity either. I just think that in general, if that person still has feelings for the other, and then y'all are still in communication, and one person is on one level of, I'm completely done. The other person is, I'm still having feelings, to where they're bringing up all these different stories about remembering when. It's not going to work.
But that's what I'm saying. It's
not about being mature.
But that's not a complete wholesome situation. If somebody still has feelings, that means somebody has ulterior motives, and it's not going to work. That's not even on a friendship level. That's on a, I'm waiting for my spot to get back in here and do some damage.
Right, but most people disguise that friendship as that. So that's what I'm saying, is that you, unless you have two mature adults who are able to properly define how their feelings and identify what that relationship truly is, and if it's a friendship, then yes, that's a potential to work. But most people are not mature enough to be able to do that. I would say that most are. If it's one party who is able to move on and keep it moving, or continue to hold on to that friendship and see it as a true friendship, there's likelihood that maybe there's another person who may have some feelings that they're not identifying with or being upfront about. And that's where it becomes sticky. So why create that situation if you don't have to?
I got you. I understand. I just made my statements. Y'all made y'all statements. Y'all know what to do in the chat. We got the poll updated, man. Friends with an X. Leambria, what's good? Welcome to the chat. But make sure you hit the poll, or let us know in the chat if you don't see the poll. Team 1 or Team 2, man. We just made arguments about being friends with an X. Basic Logic left me on the limb on this one, but we stood our ground as best as possible. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro. Hey, I was pulling on that one, boy. I was pulling on some strings, my man. But we made it happen.
You were reaching. It's okay.
I wasn't reaching that hard. Now I'm pretty good at those things now.
You got it knocked out though.
We in there. All right, so the next one is still on X's, and this one is getting back with an X. Are y'all for or against that? Yeah, and make sure y'all let me know, man. Y'all vote on the poll, man, to let us know. Let me see what the poll looking like. Oh, we 50-50 on the friends with an X. So we need a tiebreaker. Lance Bilbrew.
Listen, man. Miles is. I'm questioning Miles here. I think he will. It's all right.
You see a comment? Can you read a comment?
Miles said a couple of things. First, the one thing he said, Lisa's going to fight KB, which I agree with. I think
she don't want that type of smoke, man.
Okay.
Listen,
Don't even start.
listen. She got a crew behind her. Don't try
That's
it.
right. Not just Trey either. What you want to do?
What was that crew at when the ex-girl was saying something?
Well, what do you mean the ex-girl? What are you talking about?
We wanted to fight everybody for no reason?
Oh Lord.
Not our energy. Come on
Oh,
now.
Lord.
Keep it moving.
All right. What else Miles said, man? Hey, Chris.
I'm not going to say the other stuff that he said because it had to do with teamwork. So we just want to keep it moving.
Hey, Kristen said using that book club knowledge, man. We do run a book club in this group, man. We go over a book at least once a month, and I was using a little knowledge from that book club in that argument. So if y'all want to fuck with that book club, let us know. We're going over the language of apology next, man. I've been reading that book, so if you want to know something about apology, fuck with me. I'm about to be a pro.
Oh,
I think that you should take a second glance over that apology thing.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be some interesting DMs after this. I like that. All right. So the next thing we have is getting back with the next. So where do y'all sit on this one? Let's argue.
Trey, I'm gonna let you.
I'll say 4.
Oh, okay. Okay, team 2 is for this. All right, bro. So we against getting back with the ex, man. Y'all start with this one, please, if y'all don't mind. Ladies first.
I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So I think a lot of it has to do with maturity in the midst of the relationship. So sometimes people break up because, obviously certain things happen and you may not be at a state in your life to where you can take the relationship serious enough to let it move forward. And so you have to break up, whether that be because of lying, cheating, whatever the case may be, right? But as time goes on and people grow and they go through life, some people have a different appreciation for the person that they initially had or were with at that time. And that maturity is able to come out and be expressed in that new healthy relationship. And so in those cases, I don't think it's a bad idea to go back and date an ex. I mean, if that person is able to prove that they've made some changes, because I think it is possible. People don't remain the same for, forever. Sometimes they do grow. They grow, they mature, and they change. And it may be some time. It could be years, months, weeks, whatever the case may be. But people do change, and it may allow for you to explore that possibility if you are forgiving and are able to see that they have made the adjustments that are acceptable for you to take them back.
All right. LL, you got anything?
I agree that if there's some growth, then it can be interesting.
She don't agree.
I have to run with her because she's my teammate.
Bro, listen, all this fluff I've been building, you better come better with this one.
I'm very torn on this subject.
I mean, I do now. That doesn't mean now. Let me set this straight. Does that mean the second time will work? No. But I don't think there is an issue with going back and trying it again, because I truly do believe that sometimes you meet people or relationships may not work the first time around. And I mean, there's plenty of people who I've dated who were one way the first time around, and I might have entertained the possibility of going back to them and they had changed, but then so have I. So, I may have grown further than what I was before. And so it may not work at that time, but I've definitely experienced situations, and I have friends who met someone, dated, they fell out, broke up, it did not work. And then a year, 2 years later, get back together, get married, have a family, and they're good. So it is possible. I just think it just depends on the growth between both parties. So I would absolutely not count that out. I think, some people do have hard stances on certain situations. So depending on what the breakup was, they might say, oh, cheating is a hard no. But I do think there's situations where people make mistakes, people do things wrong, or people just need to mature. And so when that growth happens, why not entertain it? Because that may just be the person that you are connected with and want to be with, but you're holding that one little thing against them, or not little thing, take that back. But it just may not have been the time. And so when that time comes back around, there's nothing wrong with going back.
Okay. Okay. All right. didn't take many notes there. I think I don't need the notes on this one. Basic, you got anything you want to start off with, or you want me to jump in here? You on mute, bro.
Sorry, I was having another Teddy Riley moment. But no, I guess I could kind of sum it up.
We against now.
You know how
we
you buy
against
China-
now. We against.
Yeah, remind them.
We against getting back with X.
I know.
Okay. So make sure you will go.
So I guess it's like, you know, when you buy Chinese food and it's like real good when you first eat it, and then you go to the next morning, you go to heat it up again and it tastes trash. Like, that's kind of it is with going back with the X. It was good that first time. It was good for you that time because you was real hungry. Chinese food was busting. You got that, I ain't eat Chinese food in so long. What's that junk called that we used to eat all the time, Kelvin? General Tso's chicken?
Yeah. That was good.
General Tso's chicken, it was busting. But you put it in the microwave the next morning, it didn't taste the same way it did when you ate it.
I like that what you said that, bro. I got a good quote out of that.
That's how it is, but, you know, like I said, we're going with the X. It's just not the same. You can try it again. You can heat it up, put it in the oven, put it in the frying pan. It's just not going to taste the same as it did that first time. It's just a waste of time. Just go ahead and throw it away.
So the analogy is Chinese food.
That's all I really got.
All right, bro. All right, let me piggyback with this Chinese thing. So Trey mentioned a lot of things about growth and forgiveness and a lot of admirable traits in people. If I broke up, if there's a breakup that's happening, somebody doesn't have those admirable traits.
That's interesting.
So, I mean, especially like speaking from experience and speaking on, you know, Chinese food, you have to look at certain things as there is an expiration date. After that expiration date, either this doesn't need to be sold in the store or it's unhealthy for my body, right? Now, it's going to take a lot of maturity for you to look at that situation and say, hey, this is not healthy for me. You know, even if this feels good, I'm hungry as fuck, man. I would love to eat this Chinese food, but that shit's not going to be healthy for me. You know what I mean? So you really got to sit down with yourself and have that conversation, which a lot of people are not prepared, mature, or ready for that, you know? So, you know, getting back with the X, as Words with KB podcast is against this. Do not do it. It's a bad idea. Personal experience. Don't do it. It's going to end up the same way you started. You know what I mean? Or you're going to end up settling for somebody. You could have went out and got somebody been much happier. You know what I'm saying?
So you never entertain an ex?
Speaking from experience,
Again.
I have entertained the ex. And like I said,
And did you put, wait, I'm sorry to interrupt, but when you entertained that ex, did you make changes or did that person make changes to attempt for that relationship to work?
yeah, I mean, people definitely make changes, but you really gotta look at, should I be making the change for this person? You know what I'm saying? Or should I be making the changes for myself and going to a new person? You know, because you got to look at, you know, cause and effect. Things happen and memories exist and history exists. You know, just because you did a thing and, oh, I've grown, everybody grows after a breakup. I don't give a fuck who you are. Everybody grows after a breakup. But you have the memories. Like I remember specifically, I ended up having to break with a girl because she just had absolutely no trust in me after, you know, some situations happened. Like I don't know, maybe I cheated. I probably cheated. Hell, that was a lot of the things we did back in the day. She had absolutely no trust in me. I park a car, she don't trust that I'm in lines. She don't trust I turned the fucking light off in her fucking room. And I said, hey, you either gotta fight this shit the rest of your life, a fucking light bulb, because she don't trust you no more, or you gotta get the fuck out of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And I said, hey,
not necessarily. So when trust is lost, it's the person who lost that trust. It is their responsibility to gain that trust back.
That's
now,
true.
if you decide that you don't want to work for that trust, no, because there's no time limit on when that happens. And so if you choose not to put in that work to build that trust back up, despite how you may have hurt that person and lost that trust in the first place, you can't put that on her. You then decided that this second time around isn't worth it, but that was on you.
Oh yeah,
she was willing to come back, but you are the one responsible for it. So I say all that to say, when these relationships, if there's a breakup at the beginning, depending on how those relationships fell, if it could be for any other reason, right? But it sounds, something detrimental, if it's because of cheating, lying, whatever the case may be. Can you go back to that and try it again? Yes. No. Is it the healthiest thing to do? Maybe not initially, unless both parties are willing to work at it. No, there is, because I do believe that people work for what they want. Mm-hmm. People put the effort in for what it is that they want. So if you really wanted that person back, you would have been willing to work to get that trust back. Now, if you really didn't want them in the first place or the second time around and just felt like, you know what, I can deal with this shit somewhere else, you weren't willing to put in that work. So therefore, it did not work for you because you chose for it not to work. So I still believe that going back to an ex can be a possibility. But if you know in your heart of hearts that you are the type of person that are not willing to put up or make an attempt or try or be patient or put in the work, then no, it's not going to work for you because you're not there. You're the one that's not mature enough to keep it going. But there is no time limit. There is no time. I want to set that straight because I feel like there's a lot of people who go down that path of maybe being a cheater or maybe doing something that is just out of line, whether it be in line or saying something, or, there's some people who have a hard stop battle. You called me, I don't know, called me a bitch or something like that and no, that is done. I don't know. So I'm just grabbing at anything. But once that trust is lost or once that person sees you in a different light, it is not your job to then tell that person when they need to go ahead and move on or when they need to let it go because you felt like you've made the change. No, it's up to you to now continue to prove that you've made that change so they can then become comfortable and go back to where they were before.
I am not saying that. I'm not saying that she's at fault. I'm not saying that. I figured that was gonna happen because he had froze up. I'm not saying she's at fault. I'm not saying that I shouldn't have been irresponsible. Or I shouldn't, and I don't even think it was really a cheating thing. It was just like a not committing and that type of shit. But I'm not saying that. I'm not speaking on the responsible party. I'm saying that a lot of those times when you have to build that fucking much, the amount of effort you need to put into that is it's gonna leave wounds on both sides. You know what I'm saying?
I agree, but that's what I'm saying.
I don't know how bad you want it. If you don't want it, then don't do it. If you want it, you're going to put in the effort to make sure that person is comfortable and understands that you've changed based on whatever you went through during the initial relationship.
Right.
Yeah.
So the question was, should you go back to an ex? I think the should is the important part. I think that there is nothing wrong with going back to an ex. Now, whether or not both parties are mature and have shown enough growth to be able to manage the work that it takes to get that going or trying to get there plays a part. Sometimes it just doesn't work, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't make the attempt. And that doesn't mean that there's no possibility that you can make the attempt. I've seen it work and I've seen it not work. Yeah. So I think in terms of this question for the argument, I strongly disagree that you should automatically cut off, never go back to an ex. I think there, in some instances, you can try, and sometimes it can work. Yeah. Are there going to be times where you can't make it work? Yes, but there's nothing wrong with going back and making the attempt or accepting somebody and trying again. Right. Plenty of people have done it. I'm sure plenty of people have testimonies to where they're like, okay, I tried and it just didn't happen. I've seen it. Yeah, that's fine. But there's nothing wrong with going back to see.
Yeah, and I'm sure I can find testimonies that will match up to any experience. But what I'm saying is, trust. I feel like you should trust your gut. You know what I'm saying? Trust experience. Look at your gut. If it happened, that might not be the one. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have to try hard in every situation. You don't have to be a try hard all the time. Try someone else. Maybe that's a solution for a lot of people. and it could be staying with that person and trying again. But like I said, I really lean on trusting your gut. A lot of people question their gut and they get themselves in trouble, not trusting their gut and their natural instincts, So basically, I'm not sure if you had anything to add on here. You've been looking kind of lost in the second half of this, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I'm just being honest. You looking like you out of your depth, bro. Your depth right here.
It's been that type of week.
Teddy Riley.
But
all right.
Nah, but are we still going talking about getting back with exes?
Yeah, this is getting back with exes. Let me read a couple comments.
Yeah.
Man. You can. Let me read a couple comments while you collect your thoughts. Leambria said, "I disagree. I tried it for the baby. We just weren't meant to be together for a long period of time." Kristen said that hit home. Sound like he mad about a light bulb. Man, fuck y'all. I was mad about that shit. I said, you fucking talking about a light bulb, bro? Yeah. Miles said facts. He reliving Nam. And Miles says, Trey, rebuilding trust is a two-sided process. One side has to work to regain it, but the other person has to be willing to recognize the work.
And I agree.
That's a young man, but he has knowledge beyond his years. Basic Logic, man. Can you end us off with something right here?
I like I said, I don't really rock with getting back with the exes. So, I mean, like what Miles said on there is definitely a two-sided thing. But I always feel like people, you were an ex for a reason. I don't even understand what you see sometimes with people. You'll ask, like at my job, I ask people for emergency contact, and people want to give their ex as the emergency. I'm like, that's the person you're gonna call if you get in trouble. Your ex. You hope that person is gonna be the one to save you?
No, they
not.
Yeah, you need, bro. You need to keep your sentences 4 words or less.
Like you need to be an ex.
Yeah. Okay. All right, man. All right, but y'all know what to do, man. Hit us up in the chat. Let us know. Let me check the poll right quick. We won that one 4-1. 80%, 20%. So let me go and add that right there.
What, getting back with an ex?
Yeah, we won that one. I think my personal experience did it. People felt me.
Okay.
All right, man. So the next one, Shaq.
You should have went with us. You didn't want to help.
Right, she didn't. Right.
You agreed with us.
All right, shacking up.
I played the fifth on that part.
Okay, shacking up is next. Where y'all stand on shacking up? And shacking up definition is living together before you're married.
You're on mute.
You're on mute, Trey.
I'll say 4.
4 shacking up. All right, y'all for it. All right, we against it, base. You cool? All right, we cool. Y'all go ahead and start. Trey, what's up?
I'm for it.
You for it? Oh, Lord. All right, hey, I can handle it by myself now. I got experiences.
So we go first?
Yeah, y'all go ahead.
I think in this new age, it just kind of makes sense to give it a try, living with somebody or at least sharing space for an extended amount of time. Only because when you are used to having a sense of independence, one of the biggest things, and this is just me speaking from experience, one of the biggest things that is difficult to overcome is trying to move away from that selfishness that you gain from being on your own. So having your own space, moving on your own time, doing what you want to do, going out and grab something to eat and not have to worry about picking up something for somebody else, going to take a shower and not seeing somebody's dirty drawers on the floor. I mean, those are just things that you become accustomed to. And I think some people who wait until marriage to then get together and move in together find a bit more difficulty in adjusting to that new life. Whereas by moving in together or sharing space for an extended period of time, early on, well, not early on, but prior to, making it official, allows you to adjust to that person's ways of living. So you guys made the comment in the earlier argument that having sex or having a one night stand allows you to try it out. I would say living with somebody gives you that same sense of a trial because you then see how that person lives, what their habits are. You get a deeper sense of how they were raised, what they do, and whether or not it's aligned to what you're accustomed to, or whether or not you guys can work through those issues and kind of find a common ground in how you want to live together.
Okay, LL, you got anything?
Nope, she said everything.
All right, and basically, you said you riding with them on this one. That's what you said.
No, I can jump on the other side.
Is that what you're doing now?
Jeremy?
Yeah, is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, well, go ahead. Start. I'll let you start off with this one. Let's see. Let's see what you do, bro. Come on. I'm rooting for
you. No, I would say a lot of times I would be against it because I feel like a lot of times people do it too early. As we've been seeing, especially now with the pandemic, a lot of relationships are not going to come out of COVID, unfortunately, just because people are having to spend so much time together. They're seeing those things that they don't like. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but maybe it was something you were working on that you weren't ready for someone to see that side of you. And it's just caused a lot of issues. So a lot of times people do it too early now. And a lot of times it's just for financial reasons where they just want to save, money and time. Always they're like, hey, we're together all the time anyway, let's just live together. And they do it way too early. So I think it would help a lot more relationships if they kind of waited until, until we get a lot more serious for us to really just move in together and be roommates. Because just like you hear all the time that you should never roommate with your best friend, a lot of times you shouldn't roommate with your significant other until you're really ready.
All right.
But there wasn't a timing on the question, so essentially you're agreeing with that.
Yeah. You put me in a hard space there, but okay, I'm ready. I made some notes.
I tried.
Shacking up is like shacking up is living together before you're married. So you basically just said, that's fine, but just put enough time in between it. All right. So there's a quote that people use in the country. I'm gonna read this quote, and it goes something along the lines of why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free? This is a quote that people use to say, hey, what's the point of you giving away everything before you actually purchase the cow? And this is not a statement to compare women or people to a cow, but this is just a statement that they've used. So I feel like that people who need to really think about the experience of marriage and experiencing a person. You know what I'm saying? I feel like you're taking away the experience of living together, and because a lot of times people move in together and they delay a lot of the process of getting married and moving forward, and they use a lot of those small things that they live together, like, oh, you're not washing the dishes and you're not doing X, Y, and Z, to replace the experience of like, hey, do we want to get married or not? You know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's like a deeper conversation and a deeper life decision that you need to decide before you actually move in with somebody and get married to them. So so I think that's that people should just think deeply about that person before they want to try to move in and simulate a marriage with someone, and experience that firsthand after the actual marriage. That's all I got. Y'all know we can see these chat messages, right? I just want to let y'all know.
I still disagree. I think waiting until marriage, while it is something that used to be looked at as the proper thing to do back then, now is just not so common. And I think it's more reasonable to expect that you get to learn a person from a deeper level when you're living with them versus waiting until you commit on paper contractually that you're going to be committed to them through marriage. Waiting until then, you're likely to find some habits that you really didn't sign up for. And so it makes more sense to, live together, maybe still, and living together. And for me, I would say you can even go to the extent of having your own place and they having your own place, but you're still living there at the same time. So that way you can truly understand how that person lives. So, I hear what you're saying. I still disagree, but yeah.
I don't got nothing else to say. I didn't really believe anything I said there, but I had to make up an argument, so I made it believable. So,
someone said that they've been there, done that, hated it, didn't want to share a bed with the other person unless it's on the freaky purpose, quality time.
Okay, well,
which I get it. I just think if the goal is to, and to what Basic said, like if you're in a long-term relationship and you're looking to move to that next level, yes, it makes sense to live together and see how that goes. If you're getting together and you're realizing that you prefer to have your own space and do you, then I have no idea how you're going to make it work in marriage. Because it just wouldn't happen, because it's just too much sacrifice on both ends to make sharing of spaces work. And it's hard because I'm a selfish person by nature. So me even coming into my marriage, that was one of the biggest sticking points, because I was so used to getting up and going. He was used to going, grabbing breakfast and coming back home. Whereas our biggest argument was when he came home with some Waffle House and I was like, where's mine? You ain't grabbing nothing. But those are some of the things that you learn by being in someone's presence together for an extended period of time.
Okay. Yeah. I won't say I agree. I want you to vote for me.
You agree? It's okay.
Vote for team 1 if you agree with us. Vote for team 2 if you agree with Let's Argue podcast. Y'all heard my points. Marriage should be something that you experience fresh the first time. Basic Logic didn't really help me on that one. All right, so we're moving on. We're gonna move on to the next one here. This is the last topic.
I pushed them off you a little bit.
Boy, you didn't. Boy, I knew that was gonna happen. So it's okay. So the next topic is house husbands, and this is my personal topic and a personal goal of mine. To be a house husband. So I want to start off first and saying, hey, we're for it. We're for a house husband all the way.
Shoot your shot, King.
House husband all the way. And house husband is equivalent to a housewife. They support the home. They take care of the home and that's it. That's their main responsibility.
Clean and take care of the kids.
Their main responsibility is to take care of the home. And that's it.
They're a domestic husband.
I don't know. You have to define domestic, but I say their main responsibility is to take care of the home.
Domestic home.
I don't know what what domestic means. So okay.
Location.
Okay.
Where you live.
So what's up, y'all? Can y'all go against that or what?
It's gonna be tough.
If not, I just want to talk about
it. Yeah.
If not, I just want to talk about it.
We can try to go against it.
Okay.
Y'all go ahead and kick it off.
Step into my shoes. All right, man. Ooh, this me right here. So, it's my dream to be a house husband.
My dream. Okay.
Somebody mute Ella. It's my dream to become a house husband, because I think it will align with me and my future wife. Because she the boss person that I know she is, You know what I'm saying? And I really, some of 'em- I really will work hard at, becoming skillful at taking care of the house. But my personality with my creative mind and a lot of the things that I think I value and passion, and the passions that I have is this being a person at home. You know what I'm saying? And doing that type of work. You know what I mean? And taking care of the kids and supporting her vision and supporting her life. You know what I'm saying? So I support the idea of a house husband. I support the idea of men playing more domestic roles and supporting their wives, because I think it promotes equality that hasn't been seen in this century. And I think it's a positive move to support our women instead of shooting to be the breadwinners, when I think a lot of men are incompetent and they probably shouldn't be in that role. So that's what I believe. So
Okay, you mind if I take this, girl? You good? Okay, all right. So while I can appreciate your desires to be a domestic husband, however, I will say that women are naturally nurturers. Women are more emotional and responsible. You'll find that in most households, women are the ones that take lead and make sure that everything stays together. And we are more forthcoming and I think I said responsible. So I'm just going to repeat that again. And so for a man to be a house husband, I do believe there is some concern there, because I'm not sure if there is a true ability to fully take on all the tasks that would truly be expected from that. And so when you think about a traditional housewife, not only are they taking the kids to school, play dates,
driving,
tutoring, or whatever else that the kids may be involved in, after school activities. Okay. I'm sorry, am I still going? Or
no, I'm just naming the tasks. You said driving, playing with children. What else?
That was just one part of it, though.
Okay, I'm just saying those are things that men can do well.
So we're diminishing the domestic capacity of people who take on the role.
I think that's what he thinks he's doing, but I'll fix it. And so, but in addition to that, I don't think men realize that what else goes into those roles is also maintaining the household by, yes, cooking, cleaning, calling, making appointments, doing all those things, keeping up with the requirements of the kids, making sure they have the shots, making sure they do what they need to do, making sure your husband goes to his doctor appointments. But if you're the husband, you're making sure your wife goes to those, right? Also paying bills, doing the budgeting, and being the overall caretaker for the entire family. I think naturally women find themselves in those positions. That's why when women say that they want, fair wage, is really because we're doing a whole lot of work and then coming home and doing the second job. Whereas I think men are not truly accustomed to that, or have more of an expectation that women just naturally do it. I do not believe that men would be able to equally be able to maintain a house husband set of responsibilities as women would be able to do as housewives. I think from an emotional standpoint, it just would not be possible, because one, you guys are a bit more controlling and wanting to, more the stronger figure, and for you to then diminish your own light and able to take a softer approach to all situations by being that house husband. I do not think naturally you'll be able to do it, or it's something you would be accustomed to, or rather you would just find it difficult to do. And so in my opinion, no, not for house husbands. So
okay, can I, LL, you got some, or can I respond to these? I got some quotes here. I got some comments here.
You can go ahead, but I agree with everything that Trey said. I think that men are not as good as a multitasker as a woman is when it comes to not only doing the 9-to-5 job that they have, but coming home and also taking care of everything at home. I'm getting feedback in my headphones. But yes, taking care of everything at home in terms of making sure that everything is taken care of. I don't think that a lot of men are able to do that. And do it well to the same capacity that women are able to do that. Not to say that they can't do it, but it's not going to be the same. I feel like if a man was to switch places with a woman who is a housewife and do it for a week, I don't think that nearly as much as everything that she has done will be completed to its fullest capacity and done well. Because I know a lot of men who actually have done that. For instance, if a woman decides to go on a girls trip and then she comes back and the house is a mess and the kids are looking crazy and all of this stuff is going on, and they're like, oh, daddy didn't do this, he didn't do that, and they're getting to know that the dad didn't do anything that the wife would normally do on a day-to-day basis outside of what she normally does every day. So I totally agree with Trey. I don't think that it will be to the same capacity if a man was to do it.
And I would also add on, there was some great comments in the chat. Someone said, but can you cook though? Do you clean?
I told her
you don't iron her work clothes.
I told her to shut down her computer.
Another one said that I think you may need to know how to cook in order to qualify to be a house husband.
I told her to shut down her computer.
No, it's okay. And then somebody said being a house spouse is being an unpaid personal assistant. Absolutely. And I do not think men are prepared to take on that role.
I don't agree with that
who
statement.
attempt to? Yes. I actually know an executive whose husband is a house husband. And you know what happens when she gets off from work? She has to go and finish the things that he didn't do.
Yep.
Okay.
Because at the end of the day,
used to work for a partner who her husband worked at home. Lived at home and didn't do anything, and they didn't have any kids. So she still came home and did a whole bunch of stuff. So even with that, like even with the guy sitting at home and not working, and her going and doing her full-on job with no children, it's still stuff that she has to do when she gets home.
Okay. All right. I think I'm ready to respond. I've wrote down enough notes here.
I was gonna let you cook, Kelvin, but I got it.
You jumping in here?
It was
okay.
Some blatant just stab.
You don't even. Okay. I'm gonna let you go before I jump on my little. I got a whole page here, so I want to let you go.
I know this is what you know.
This is what I do.
You done wrote your dissertation about house husband already.
You ready?
No. But I think one thing now we all know, especially the job of a housewife is very difficult. But as you guys had stated multiple, that you feel like women are a lot more emotional in how they act. I feel like men are a lot more logical. And as far as following a structure and plan, we like consistency, doing the same thing over and over and over again. So I believe that if you gave men the opportunity to be house husbands, not just allowing them to do it for a weekend or one day, like literally saying, hey, this is your job, this is what you have to do. I feel like we could do those tasks well. And especially now in our climate, especially with women, like y'all getting bread. I know it's still a lot of the fighting for equal pay rights, but it's a lot of women who are doing big things, and with the education that y'all are receiving, after a while, they're not going to have any choice but to equally pay you guys. So, men, if your job raggedy, you're going to have to just let her and not let her be the breadwinner. You're going to have to step up and do what you got to do at home. And, we could definitely do those tasks. But like I said, you have to be able to do them. As women have learned how to do those things over time, men will have to use them as well. So got to be able to cook, clean, organize, schedule, and things of that nature. So it's definitely things that we can do, because I just feel like, man, we love consistency. So it's definitely something that we could do.
Welcome back. Welcome back, basically.
But are you adaptable? Because every day is not going to be the same. So when you have, 3 and 4 kids that have other things going on, and then something arises and happens with the consistency, like you have to be able to stay in and be able to do things on the fly. And I don't think that a lot of men are able to do that, i.e. your answer just now, when you say, oh, we're consistent and we like that and we like structure. A housewife or a house husband, every day is not going to be structured. You're going to be dealing with things that are just going to pop up, and you're going to have to adapt to that and make sure that everything is still in line and run seamlessly. I don't think a lot of men are able to do that.
And actually, there was a great question. Kristen asked a great question.
Oh boy,
she said,
can I jump in?
Kristen asked a great question. She said, will you be okay with her giving you an allowance if you don't work? or will you have a side hustle? How will you handle feelings of wanting to do more with your life? Because it happens for women who are constantly stuck in the house. And I actually just had that conversation 2 days ago with a friend of mine who has been a housewife for some years now and struggling with the exact same thing.
Can you
and
read?
I think
Can you read my response?
Us guys wouldn't care.
Can you read my?
Give me allowance.
Hey,
Yeah,
can you
alright.
read my response on that post? I'll read it.
uh
I'll read it.
yeah, you said all of the above. I will pursue my passions, but my main job will be taking care of home. Yeah, that's what you say.
All right, so let me respond to some things. I made too many notes here. Basic, hey, bro, you really stepped in there, bro. I appreciate you doing that. And I piggybacking on what Basic said. Women are black women are I think statistically the most they're progressing the fastest as far as education out of any demographic out there. Who am I to hold back their progression? And if they have a better job than I have, they have better opportunity for growth. Why would I stand in their way if I can just sit back, take care of the home, and let them progress and earn more than me, and I just take care of the home? That's just one statement I got from what Basic said. But some other points I got from that was men haven't had the opportunity to be seen as nurturing beings. We're literally not taught to be nurturing as boys. We're taught to handle confrontation. We're taught to secure women and other things. We're taught security. We're not taught those things. You know what I'm saying? So all the statements you said about how we are as adults is because we don't have the opportunity. We don't have any opportunities to experience our emotions. We're taught to suppress all of our emotions as a child. And of course we grow up and now we don't know how to be nurturing. You know what I'm saying? But if I say, hey, I wanna experience a nurturing life by being a house husband and taking care of the kids and the home and you as a woman, I can't see why people would have an argument against that.
Just to interject really quickly, I think you're also assuming that the amount of work that it takes to maintain a household is not as extensive as it really is in real life.
Who said that?
I would say most women who are housewives, they potentially do more work than someone like me.
Who said that?
In my field.
Who said that?
Yeah.
Wait, who made that assumption?
We're not debating that.
Yeah, no one made that assumption. Someone in the comments made the comment that it's an unpaid executive assistant, which I wholeheartedly disagree with. I think that's the job. Taking care of the home is the most important job. You know what I'm saying? This dude going to work and not fucking, he doesn't have the time to devote to his children. He don't have a lot of time to devote to his wife either. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, so I'm confused. The executive assistant is pretty much the most important job.
Right. And it's an executive assistant because of the fact that she has to remember everybody's schedule.
Right.
Because he's not going to remember. So she has to remember his in addition to the children.
Yeah.
And say, oh, remember that this is supposed to happen, or remember that's supposed to happen, or let's make sure that we do this. And did you take care of that? Like, that's what she means when she says it's an executive assistant.
When I say
the CEO does not
going to remember all of that stuff.
The CEO does not run the company. It's the EA who does.
Well, this is what I'm saying. The CEO definitely runs the company. The EA does not. The EA follows instructions from.
No,
they do.
I'm telling you.
I mean, we agree to disagree.
At the top don't do work.
I'm not saying they don't do work.
People at the top don't do work.
I'm not saying they don't do work. I said that the EAs follow instructions from the CEO. That's what they do. I mean, you can argue that point, but they're just following instructions and work that comes down from the CEO. You know,
No,
we
I
can
know
agree.
EAs
We
who
can,
are CEOs.
yeah, we can
I know
agree to these.
EAs who have gotten promoted to they have been asked by the board to become the CEOs, and that's multiple companies.
That's a terribly ran company and irresponsible people at the top. But you know,
Okay.
hey,
No, not the one I work for.
I mean, hey,
Exactly.
I mean, hey,
Trust and believe.
if the board is stepping in and changing the CEO, that's probably irresponsible people at the top. That's you know. But what I'm saying is that the position that anybody that's taking care of the home is the most important position. Like I don't see why I was kind of.
We're saying.
No one's saying that. No one is disagreeing.
We're saying
if you're,
we're agreeing with
trying
you.
to say that a man is not going to be able to do everything that a woman will be able to do.
Why not?
It's stability. No one's saying that you're incapable, but
that's what you just said, though.
The tediousness of it, you're going to get tired of it quick.
But it's why do you make the assumption that a man would get tired of it if he's willing to take that position? Why would you assume he's getting tired of that when a woman wouldn't? Like that's
because you just made the example that you just diminished the importance. You just diminished the importance of an executive assistant.
I did not do that. I did not do that. I said that. No, I did not. I said instructions come down from the CEO or their board, and the EA follows those instructions. That's just the way it works.
No, that by title, that's what people expect. But what actually happens is that executive assistant is the one that's running the company.
So you're saying that EA is not following directions. You're saying that they're taking, and this is another end point, like kind of making things, and this is not really the topic, but you're saying that EA is going out and making business contacts and doing all of these things that a CEO and sales are not doing. That's not true.
You can make all the contacts that you want to, and who are you relying to maintain those contacts and communicate?
Yes, the EA.
So if you're the EA of your household, I can be going to work full time. I can be going to work, absolutely working 80 hours a week, and my husband could be the EA of the household. Who you think is running the household?
Exactly.
Where are the instructions coming from to like where are their tasks coming from?
But see that you asking that question is exactly what I mean.
You should already know what's going on.
No, what I'm saying in an organization, I think you're trying to like confuse it and say that when I say like you're saying that a EA in the sense of a household. I'm saying in a company, an executive assistant is following instructions from another group of people. I'm saying, yeah, those instructions are important and they cause the business to run. But without that top board or these other people, they would not receive those instructions. So they don't run the company. They do the work that allows the company to function, but they do not run the company. That's just incorrect.
If you are a house husband and you are essentially the EA, that's what you're saying. That all the work that you're doing really means nothing until you receive instruction from your wife.
No, that's what you're saying. I'm saying that
I'm not saying that. I'm not. You're saying
I've never said that person is an EA. I don't even know what that term comes from.
You're disagreeing that role is an EA position.
I don't even know what the role of an EA is. I'm saying that if I'm a house
in the beginning before he started talking that he disagreed with that statement.
I said I disagree with that statement. I wrote it down because somebody in the comments said that. I said that if you are a house husband or if you're anybody that taking care of the household, that is to me the most important position. So I mean that I don't know how that is speaking down on anybody you're comparing to that position, but I'm saying that is the most important position in the household. That person that's going to work and they're just working for this company that doesn't give a fuck about them, you know what I'm saying, that won't pour back into them, you know what I'm saying, but that household will forever pour back into you, and that's going to be something that's going to take care of you the rest of your life. That's the most important position there is. If men want to take their role up, there's nothing wrong with that. Oh shit. If men want to take that roll up, if men want to take that roll up and become that person, women should encourage it and not say that, oh, you're not capable of handling scheduling tasks and stuff like that. Men love to handle tasks that are repetitive and that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love that type of stuff.
Domestic person, nothing is repetitive.
What I'm saying,
repetitive.
what all the tasks she mentioned were pretty.
Hold on.
It was nothing that needed finesse and stuff. She was saying like, oh, taking care of this, handling tasks that are repetitive. Okay, let me clean this area. Like a lot of tasks I found around the house, becoming a homeowner is repetitively doing them throughout the week. It's like handling this, handling this, handling that.
Like cleaning the house is a small percentage. If you're talking about a full-on house husband, there's other things
like
that
what?
are essential to being a house husband.
Like what?
That you need to do.
Like
Not
what?
only just taking care of the household in terms of cleaning, but you have to take care of your wife. You have to take
Okay.
care of your kids. You have to
Okay.
take care of a lot of variables that are making up that home. So
Well,
when you
I'm still
say,
missing
"Oh,
it.
I'm mopping up the floor," that's one thing. What
I didn't-
about when you got to take Johnny,
I ne-
Tanisha, and the other kid to school and all these other
He
things?
said
I
that
never
are
pointed.
going
I
on?
never.
driving.
Stuff
I
going
never
on.
pointed out just cleaning. You did that.
You did.
No,
You
I said-
just
I said- I
"Oh,
said
if I
repe-
see this area,
I said
and I know
repetitive
it has to be
tasks.
cleaned."
I said repetitive tasks. If you have a kid, it's very important that you create an environment that is repetitive to that kid. They need to say, "Hey, I get up at this time and I go to school. I get up at this time and I eat. And when I get home, I get a meal." These are repetitive tasks. That's what I mean by that. I don't mean just cleaning. I mean that that builds safety for children. You know what I'm saying? This is not like
There's other
just a
things outside of that as well.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I
so
agree.
therefore it wouldn't. But
I
the point
agree.
is that it wouldn't necessarily be repetitive. And just to go back to what I was saying earlier, the comment where they said it was an underpaid executive assistant. I think what
It said
what we're trying
unpaid.
to say for unpaid executive assistant, I think I see how you're taking it, but what I'm trying to say is I agree with that statement because the role of an executive assistant, I think most people look at it and feel that it is and I'm not an EA, but I'm just saying, I think people look at it and believe that they're just, like you said, taking direction and moving forward. And in a lot of organizations, if you sit that high enough, you understand how important that role truly is and how that company is functioning because of that role, especially if it's being utilized correctly. And so when you take that and correlate it to a house husband, if you are a unpaid EA, essentially you are maintaining the home. You may have the CEO who's going and bringing home the check, but you are the one that is managing absolutely everything that you see, and it goes beyond the repetitiveness of what you believe may happen day to day. There's a lot of things that go into those schedules and what needs to be what you're responsible for.
Right.
That I think most men overlook. Most men don't see it and they believe that it's not there. But I'm saying it goes way beyond just taking the kids to school, and it goes way beyond cleaning the house.
And I
things
never
well
said
outside of that
task.
role.
I never said task. Just remember I said that. All I said that certain tasks makes kids feel safe. It makes, like, that's the whole purpose of us forming society. So tasks aren't like, so arbitrary and like, oh well, maybe we do this today. It's like, okay, we have a society where we can make these tasks standard. So when something comes up that's not standard, I still have time to handle that. Now also remember, like, how I'm talking about an EA, I said, hey, that's the most important position if we have a household and we're comparing it to an EA. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
When I talked about an EA, and I was talking about in the sense of a real organization where they do a lot of work, but it is work that is coming down from, it's a top down structure that they're getting the work from. I'm not saying that lessening their work. They do awesome work. They do the work that made the organization run, but it's still coming from top down. That's how organizations work. You know what I'm saying? So I think house husband is something that we should embrace. I think it should be for anybody. If a man wants to be a house husband, I think you should entertain a way to make that work. If it works for you individually, as a couple, and That's what I believe, man. What anything else? This is the last topic, basically.
No, I'm good.
I had a guy. I told y'all this is my topic, so I'll go off on this. I ain't even get to half.
I think just the last thing on there, because I don't want to be a house husband.
Are you on my side or no? I mean, I don't necessarily want to be a house husband, but I like arguing the point of a house husband.
You want to be a house husband, Kelvin?
You think I could be a house husband?
I'm just saying. I think y'all, like you said, that women have gotten tired of the housewife.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, bro. I did not say that. I did not say that. Do not put words in my mouth. You just said I said that. I did not say that.
You did, Trey.
You said that.
No, I said Trey. Trey said that we would get tired, like how women are getting tired of it. That we wouldn't like it, like we would be okay. I don't think y'all understand how much of structure and repetitiveness we like. If I like chicken and potatoes, I will eat chicken and potatoes for 7 days straight. Like, I don't care.
Every fucking day.
Yeah. And of course, there will become times where stuff is different that, hey, they're going to throw some rice and chicken, but hey, I don't care. I'll eat rice and chicken for 7 days, like, and then steak and potatoes again. Like, we can do things like that. And I think people probably just need a different time to do different things now, especially with society. It's times where you can switch roles. So
I completely understand the logic. I know several executives, women executives, who husbands are house husbands. Half of those women are now divorced. I think men begin to resent women when it comes to that, because one is opportunities that they feel like they've missed out on because now they've taken on this now diminished role in their eyes. So while anyone can be a house whatever, I think it just takes a certain type of person to be able to maintain and embrace that role. Now, you may feel as though you can embrace it, but I also believe that men typically underestimate the level of responsibility that falls into that title.
Yeah, and you made that comment earlier, and you also made some comments that when they get home, they still have to do some of the same tasks they had to do if they weren't. To me, that's bad communication. That's people not living up to their responsibilities. That's the difference there. Those guys are not living up to their responsibilities. Those women are not communicating how unhappy they are with the amount of responsibilities they're having. That's the problem there. It's nothing problem. There's not a problem with the roles. It's a problem with their communication. And that's fine. They just need to communicate better. And hey, if these roles don't work, get a divorce like they already did. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, it can work with two mature and responsible individuals.
And I do just want to preface, well, actually it's not a preface anymore because I'm saying it now, but for some in the comments who believe this is our true heart of hearts for some of these topics, please know that this is just a debate. Some of these topics we've had to take sides on for the sake of arguing.
That's
please
it.
Don't assume that we truly in our heart of hearts believe our response for each and every topic.
Right. I'm just really convincing at an argument, so I can easily lean into any argument that you give.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Yeah. That's fine. I just want because I know we're teetering on the line of some people mention sexism and all that stuff like that. I just want to make sure it's clear that this is just for the sake of argument.
Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. But I think,
but not all.
Yeah, so y'all make sure y'all vote. We got house husbands as the last topic. And this is the first episode of the debate club or whatever we're calling it. Man, I had a great time. Okay, I'm glad LL joined back. You all right over there? You been quiet now. Oh, she she died. That's right. I forgot her laptop. She had that too. Micro charge.
A little lengthy.
Yeah. We went a lot lengthy.
Yeah.
But y'all called that. But I definitely appreciate everyone joining. Trey. Shout out y'all podcast again, man, so people know where to follow y'all.
Sure. So y'all can find us. We're on every podcast platform, and it is hashtag Let's Argue. And again, it's hosted by Lise and Trey Gotti.
Yeah, and it looked like y'all won that last. Y'all won that last one too, man. We lost 3-2 on that one, bro.
How they won the house husband thing?
I don't know, bro. I'm about to block some people from the group, bro. I gotta block some people from the group. Yeah, I gotta block. Hey, I gotta block all you motherfuckers who voted against us. You getting blocked out the group. I've been writing that shit down the whole time. That shit, y'all really not for us, and we only want people in the group that's for us. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Trey, you muted right now. For us, by us. But LL, I wish you was on so you could say something, but you know,
it's cool. She says thank you very much for inviting us. We appreciate it.
That's what you call a partnership right there. Basic man, you need a Teddy Riley, whatever we calling your ass. You need to fix your internet, motherfucker. We're gonna have these issues.
Internet kicked me off, man. But I got on this phone. Shout out to Team Galaxy.
Hey man, shout out to Let's Argue podcast, man. That episode coming out with them, so y'all can hear more and learn more about them on that episode. It'll be everywhere when we release it. Appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Y'all make sure y'all share this shit, man. We'll talk about it a little bit more in the group over the following week. But yeah, man, y'all take it easy, man. Peace.